Hello, everybody. Episode 79.
69 part 10.
69 part a bunch.
That too.
That joke's been going on since last campaign. So we've been at part, who knows.
We go from that, yeah.
Kate has an Etsy store. Etsy.com/shop/KateCraftStudioUS. Holiday season. It's bumping for small-time people or indie shops, indie creators, whatever the fuck it's called. Go to their shops and buy stuff for the holiday season because they got to get their shipping out soon. And also, I think a lot of people are getting a lot of stuff sold for Cyber this week because apparently this week's got a bunch of sales going on anyway.
Cyber Monday, Cyber Week.
So, it's fun. Buy stuff. Support Kate. They're great.
But don't overbuy either. Don't put yourself into debt for Christmas.
Or do.
For Kate, do it.
Do it.
For Kate, do it.
Go into crippling debt for Christmas.
Just for Kate Craft Studios.
Open some credit cards,
Codex
Open
Legendarium.
some credit cards in somebody else's name.
Codex Legendarium was back. Don't do that. Codex Legendarium was
That's
back.
fraud.
Listen. Do we want Kate to have a good Christmas or not?
Don't commit fraud. And speaking of fraud, nope, that's a really bad segue. That's such a mean segue. Codex Legendarium was back this Sunday.
Hey, yeah, we were. Things happened. The party finally left Titan's Grave. Mont Blanc will be joining them again
Hopefully, soon.
as soon as Justin's work is kind to him.
Yep.
Yeah, and we actually will be having whenever Justin is back over the next couple of weeks, we will actually be up to a full cast soon again.
Wow.
Ooh.
Yeah, I know. It was like it looked like we were gonna be down to 2 people for a while. We might have had to take like a long-term hiatus, and now it's like surprise, all 6. And I was like, oh, this is a wonderful surprise. So yeah.
Happy Festivus, everybody.
Is it already?
No.
Yeah, I need to get my poll up.
Yep. And we're going to air some grievances, but that's later. I think that's it, unless anybody else has anything they want to talk about. Excellent. So, last we left off, there's not a lot to really talk about, honestly, because it was kind of a relaxed sort of thing. So, to sort of not make myself have an aneurysm of running 3 PCs and everything else, I made the party split up to spend the day in Bizzundum together. Druck, Quoin, and Ricky went off to do their thing, which we'll cover for a few short minutes at the start and then get into where we left off last week. But Flitz, Dax, and Kenna decided to explore Bizzundum, and they went to a shop, bought some stuff, as you do, did some shopping, as you do, learned of some places they could check out, like a casino. Well, everyone kind of learned this, where to go hang out if you want to do stuff. And the trio decided that they would head to a place known as Through the Ages, a sort of historical society smashed together with a theme restaurant. And they went to a theme restaurant. They took a guided tour through the historical society, and it was a really bad historical tour, like those ones you see where people dress up in costume and just is not great. Very, very...
Sailors on the moon.
It was a very high school theater budget tour through this historical society, and ended at a restaurant. And the party were asked, what kind of themed dining room do you want? Or the 3 of them were asked, what kind of themed dining room do you want? Between desert, airship, I think it was airship, whatever. Desert, pirate, jungle, swamp, all sorts. The party picked dungeon. So, they were led to the dungeon, themed dining room, shackled to their dining table, and given a basically chain restaurant menu with lots of terrible menu items, like mozzarella sticks that aren't great, milkshakes, a bunch of just...
Is it on the menu?
Yeah! So much of terrible
Mozzarella sticks, they're not great.
And a bunch of terrible theme restaurant items. People ordered hamburgers, people ordered hot dogs, people ordered, I think Flitz ordered like 24 mozzarella sticks. It was a good time. But because they chose a dungeon theme restaurant, they had to fight their meal before they could eat it. So the session devolved into the 3 of them fighting their food while chained to tables. And after they defeated their food, they were free to eat said meal. And they returned back to the private rooms that everyone was given at Hazar's to kind of rest the day away. The entire party, including Ricky, Druck, and Quoin, after they spent their day doing whatever they did, which again, we will figure out what those three did soon, everybody went to sleep and had a dream where they all saw each other in said dream, or at least at the end of the dream, they all saw each other floating beside each other in a void of nothingness, which was weird. And upon waking, we'll figure out what happened to the other three, but upon waking, Dax found an eyeball on their throat, just boom, and Flitz had one on their leg. Kenna did not, just Kenna succeeded on the save, but before we get to morning and waking up, what would, Quoin's not here, so we'll just have Quoin tag along, but what would Ricky and Druck have done with their day to themselves in the city?
The preparations for our travel have already been made,
Yep.
correct?
You have
Okay.
the wolves, those are in the chest.
Alright.
Complete with the lava fuel stuff.
Yeah. Since Druck kind of drug Ricky along, I'll probably leave this one up to him.
All right. So, Ricky, the points of interest you were told about if you were keen on exploring things were the auction house, known as the Korhand Auction House, the Goldenrod Casino, Through the Ages, which was the Historical Society theme restaurant. You do not know the other three. You don't know the three that ended up there.
We're gonna go there and just retcon the whole last episode. I'm kidding.
A place called Bygones, which, Flitz, Dax, and Kenna went to a place called Bygones and bought some ancient furniture for the house in the form of, sconces. There's a place that sells spell components. There's a place called the Embers Conservatorium, which is this large university. There's a place called the Oculum, which is like a massive telescope device that you were told, if you look into it, you can see anywhere in the world of your choosing.
Wow.
And the Skyport, and a place known as the Brass Speedway, but is a racetrack that was closed down due to when numerous people lost their lives during races. There are other places
Ricky
too,
is-
so if there's anything you're thinking of you could find, we'll see if you can
I think
find
out of those, I think Ricky is most interested in the auction house.
Okay. Cool. Would Druck tag along to the auction house?
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty, cool beans. So, you take the ferry, the lava ferry, out of the central tower, or do you take the underground walkways that go through the lava lake?
But between the two of those, I think Ricky trusts the lava ferry. Actually,
Okay. Cool. So you take it. So you can get on with the ferry, the three of you, same as before. It just kind of floats through underneath the lava lake. You can see all the fish swimming around that are in this lava lake, which is weird. The party, the other three took the walkway last session and saw a kid punching the glass, trying to break it, as kids do, but nothing happened. Yeah. But eventually you kind of back up to that dock, and you'd be pointed in the direction of the Midnight Pass district of the city. And that district, as you get there, is marked by towers of stone, lit by dark flames, and the rivers of magma that flow here coalesce into a large waterfall of lava that crashes down into a dam of sorts that recycles the lava up and throughout the city. And eventually, you come to a building at the base of the lava fall. It is a large dome building with a roof of shimmering glass reflecting the lava just in these weird kind of shapes off of everything. And it just says Korhand Auction House.
does this sound good?
Yeah, you have, if I remember correctly, you don't have a lot of money.
No, I've got a ton of money. I've got 600 gold in here.
It's a lot for where Ricky's from.
It is. It's a lot for any normal
True.
person.
Yeah.
True.
That is a shit ton of money. That is,
True.
I think,
Yeah.
2 years' salary.
Very true.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's burn a hole in your pocket, don't see why not. We can't find some interesting baubles. Maybe even find something someone else might be
Oh.
interested in and
Shit.
buy it out from under them.
Did forget to cover one thing in the recap. Ricky,
Mhm.
you weren't here for the. You weren't here for the Far Realm shit.
Oh, that's
Amoebas. You robbed a tower to get out of
Mhm.
Amoebas because you're out of Amoebas now.
Right. Oh yeah. Yeah.
You robbed a mortar and pestle for Peshan. He's like, oh yeah, you guys can leave now. Blah blah blah. Oh, by the way, you can trust me because I gave you that rabbit.
Oh.
Revealing he conjured the rabbit into existence that you still have with you, which I've added to your character sheet
Oh.
as a
And-
pet.
And all of us have
Mr.
masks.
Fluffles.
Oh, right.
All of us have masks now too with our names on them.
Yeah, you all have these
Oh.
flame-like masks on your person with your names in them that are reminiscent of the masks in the painting inside the keep.
Ooh.
There! I forgot you were
Does
here.
Mr. Fluffles still have a gun?
No.
Oh, okay.
Forgot you weren't
Does he
here
still
for...
talk?
Yes.
Oh, amazing.
I forgot you weren't here for a couple sessions. Anyways, there we are. So the rabbit's with you. He's white rabbit, red eye in the center of the forehead.
Oh yeah.
Still talks. All right, there we go. Auction house. Quoin has 22 AC, and now we're all caught up.
That's just a verbalization of Quoin just kind of knocking on his armor and it going bong bong.
Yeah. Yeah, you get to the auction house. Do you go inside?
Yeah. Now we're just gonna hang out outside. We're just gonna hang out.
Oh,
on
this
the
is
front
cool.
porch.
Okay.
Yeah. Admire the architecture. Describe it
Perfect.
in detail, every inch.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh.
made of stone and shimmering glass. Numerous
Nailed
floors. Base of a
All right,
lava
cool.
waterfall.
Mhm.
All right, let's go inside.
Okay, you go inside, and you see this bipedal, what can only be described as a naked mole rat,
Mm.
wearing this very like shimmering kind of, what's the word I'm thinking of? Sequin like suit with a very ostentatious, vibrant neon green sort of cravat necktie and a very clashing like sequin coat. And he's just like, well, hello there, everyone. Is there a specific floor of the auction house you're looking to visit today?
Are there different things on the different floors?
Oh, of course, yeah. You got vehicles, buildings, residences, of course, buildings, magic items, historical artifacts. And then we got the floor for stuff that was relieved from like crime scenes that have been cleared as safe to give away. Not give away, but sale.
The
Brock,
bargain.
what do you think?
Well, the stuff associated with crimes can usually is usually like bargain bin stuff. You meet it's quite an interesting crowd that goes to those.
Yeah, it's true.
So, if we're looking for crowd in the odd, every so often oddity, that would be my guess if that's what you're looking for.
Okay, I'll trust you. We'd like the crime floor, please.
All right, then. Just take the 8th staircase on the right, followed by the 6th staircase on the left, then take the spiraling staircase on the eastern wall, and then the third staircase from the left, 6th staircase from the center, and then 8th staircase from the right.
Can you write that down?
Of course. And just writes it down.
Thank you. Okay. Okay, let's go.
All right.
Who's leading the way?
Well, if I've got the piece of paper that's
Okay.
got the like
Yeah.
You
instructions on
you
it.
do have the directions, so you can make a survival check with advantage.
Oh boy.
Because the
Oh,
directions are still like, okay.
Yeah. Survival
God,
with
it's like
advantage,
me
you say?
trying to find my way through the university the first
Yeah.
day.
21.
Nice. Finding no problem at all.
Ricky is trained in survival, apparently.
Excellent. You come to the door of the room where the auction's going on, and standing up front, you see this 10-foot tall ogre dressed in like a vest, like a black sort of vest, a white cravat tie, and a little bowler hat. You here for the auction?
Yes, the crime auction.
Come on in then. And he opens the door. And you can see
We'll also get an idea of what types of crimes may have happened, what happened around here.
Mm-hmm.
And he opens the door, and you can see in one of these large domed chambers, the glass shimmering on the ceiling is actually set under the waterfall, so you can actually see that the lava splashing over the domed glass. And there are like 300 people sat in like these very ornate chairs all along the floor. And there's enough chairs for you guys. You can sit together. You can sit separately if you like, but it's like there's like 300 people sat in here, and there's somebody on stage getting ready at a podium.
Ricky, I'm going to do a round, just do a walkabout for a seat, just to see if I recognize anyone.
Okay.
And Druck's just gonna take a few minutes to kind of like lurk a bit.
Okay. You don't recognize anybody, but yeah, you just lurk.
Okay.
A lot of the people look like they're from like not high society. Just looks like people are here trying to like. It's like you went to a true crime podcast convention.
So my dad actually went to one of those auctions.
Oh yeah.
And that's how we got a car.
Yeah.
He was able to buy a car for like $300
Yes,
at the
yep.
auction. It's like bing.
Yeah. So you can see a lot of people here are like. The best way I can describe some of the people are they look like true crime podcasters in the most stereotypical form of just like. Yeah. And then some people are here just like you can easily tell some people are here just to try to score some stuff just for cheap. You can definitely easily tell this is not like one of those high society auctions. Those probably would have been like the other things that were mentioned. This is definitely just for people who want to see if they can get some cool stuff.
Nice.
That's your easy read of the crowd, basically.
Nice.
And the auctioneer is... What would be funny for an auctioneer? A dead dude. No.
A grung.
He's
Yeah, you know what? Yeah.
it's so someone casts like the what's it called, the Speak with Dead, and in order to answer the question, it's like he has to do this.
Oh man.
In order for it to be released.
Yeah, here we go. So the auctioneer is like this transparent blue Gumby looking person. They don't look like Gumby, but it's the best way to describe their like shape. Mm-hmm. They look like they look like an ooze that has attained humanoid form and shape. They're like a vibrant bluish green sort of slime. They don't have eyes, they don't have like facial features, but they are wearing a pair of spectacles. No clothes, and they're holding a gavel. And fuck it, powdered wig.
Amazing. Is it just like soaking in
with
ooze, like soaking through it?
They're an ooze. They're
just floating in ooze, like.
Yeah, the classes are definitely just like moving around a little bit. This is an ooze folk, which again are now an official lineage. All right, everyone, welcome to the auction. Take your seats. Anyone who takes a seat, you're given a little paddle with a number on it. Whatever you want your number to be, that's on the paddle. Ricky, what do you want your number to be?
69.
All right, your paddle says 69.
What other number am I going to pick?
Of course, 420. Druck.
66.
I'm next in line, so I get a 70.
All right, Quoin. 71.
Yeah.
666. Anyways, all right. Let's see what the first item for the auction is. One of you roll me a D100.
Go
Gotcha.
Ricky.
D100. 13. Lucky number 13.
Oof. It's just a fucking murder weapon. No.
It's still bloody.
Like it's actual evidence.
It's got
Okay,
crime scene tape
okay.
on it. It's in like one of those little bags.
Okay. The auctioneer reaches into his stomach and pulls out a vial filled with like a sticky black unguent. This oil was used to trap. What? Oh no. This oil. He looks off to the side to get more clarification. This oil was used to murder somebody here in Bizzundum. It was poured on the top step of somebody's house, and they slipped and fell over the railing and broke their neck. This is oil of slipperiness.
Oh my god. I love that one so much. I don't know why. It's so dark.
Do I hear 10 gold? Oh wait, that's not right at all. Hold on. That'd be way
Oh
too
my
fucking
god.
cheap. Okay.
Well, with auctions,
it's a
it
crime
always
auction,
starts
yeah.
out cheap, and then it goes up based on people betting on it.
There
That's
we
what
go.
auctions are all about.
Here we go. That makes more sense. Sorry. Are you sure? Okay. Do I hear 60 gold? A dwarf in the crowd goes, yeah! Or no, silent auction. So he raises his paddle. Alright. Oh, wait. Yeah. Okay. Going once. I don't know how the fuck this works. Who cares? Going once. Going twice. Do I hear 65? Anywhere? Anyone? Hello? Do I hear 65 gold? No? Sold! To the dwarf with the forked beard. And he waddles up to the stage and grabs the oil and just saunters off. Alrighty.
Goodbye.
Yep, alright.
We could only be so lucky, Ricky, if we get something that we want that cheap.
It's true. Alright. Next one. Ricky, you rolled for the first one, right?
Yep.
So Druck can roll for the second
Okay. You
auction.
said D100?
Yes, please.
It's 35.
Lifts up a flag. It's just peppered with holes in it. It looks like a pirate flag from a pirate ship. It's like it's just a typical like skull and crossbones. But the skull is like of a mind flayer, and it's just peppered with holes through it. This flag was from a ship said to be sailed. Really? That's not exciting at all. You can tell he's kind of making something up on the spot. Sailed by Irina the Red, famed murderous pirate. Do I hear 10 gold?
Druck will wait a beat and then put up his paddle.
Excellent. Do I hear 15 gold? Let me roll percentile dice to see if anybody else bids on that. Wow. Going once. Going twice. Seriously. Sold! The Hairy Bugbear. So you can walk up stage and collect this ship from a flag from a pirate ship. Peppered
Yeah.
with bullet holes.
The Ilithid motif. It's been a long time since he's gotten something for, our good friend.
Excellent. Let's do like 3 more auctions, I think. Ricky, D100.
All right. 9.
Oh, fuck. Okay. Lifts up this, like, fishes the item out of his stomach. And it looks like a winter coat. Like a sort of, I don't know the best way to describe it. Fantasy parka.
Oh.
Stained with blood. covered in holes where you see like blades have gone through the fabric.
Oh.
This coat belonged to a soldier who was murdered outside these gates. And the coat was stolen from his body. Do I hear 25 gold?
If the coat was stolen off his body, did they get it back? Or did the auction house steal it off his body?
No questions. Do I hear 30 gold? No, wait. Do I hear 25 gold?
I like him saying, no, wait.
Crickets. All right. Puts the coat away. This will be coins. Counting this as coins roll right here for the next auction.
Cool.
Oh, fuck yes. Pulls out a plague doctor's mask. This plague doctor's mask belonged to Doctor. That name doesn't sound frightening at all. Dr. Murderous Murder. Bloodshed.
I can't tell if that's the original name or if that's him making it up.
You-
Either way,
You can tell it's him making it up.
amazing. Like that's like
This
that name is the better of the
Was
two.
worn by a serial poisoner from Bizzundum, who was arrested, drawn and quartered a week ago. Do I hear 50 gold for this plague doctor's mask? You see this very flamboyant, happy, joyful halfling go, yeah, 50. Excellent. Do I hear 55 gold? Okay. How wonderful you love murder. Do I hear 60 gold? The joyful little halfling. Yeah. Wonderful. They don't make, when they clap, the other person claps, it doesn't make a noise. It's kind of like wet slapping. Do I hear 70 gold?
Can I see this halfling's face?
Big wide smile.
Okay,
They're like a couple seats down.
cool. Can I tell what they're like wearing and what their like overall vibe is?
A clashing outfit of vibrant colors like blue, green, yellow, orange, purple. Just like a patchwork outfit.
He's an eyesore.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they're just smiling ear to ear.
Okay. Bing.
Okay. Going once. Going twice. Sold to the hairy bugbear. You can approach and buy this plague doctor mask.
Was it for 60? Or was it 70?
It was at 70.
Okay.
So you have a pirate flag and a plague doctor's mask from a serial poisoner.
Mm-hmm. Druck has been interested in learning about poisons, so...
So, Ricky, roll for the final auction of the day.
All right. Here
This
comes
au- this-
old Ricky.
This auction is taking up most of the day, we're going to say.
All right, yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, we'll say that there's like a bunch of
There's a bunch of other stuff that
items
just goes
that are
through.
that is just
Mhm,
like
yeah.
One is a candle made from a severed hand, but that just goes away. Unless we
Yeah,
get to
there's-
another one.
I got a 62.
Okay, this one's weird. I'm excited about this one. This? What the fuck? What the fuck is this? Are you sure? It's very weird. What? Did you get it? Okay. What the fuck? Ha! Hello, everyone. This is a mysterious portrait taken from the lair of a powerful wizard. This portrait is said to show you as a child, alongside your identical twin. And he flips the portrait around, and everyone who looks at the portrait sees a painting of you as a child next to your identically dressed twin. So if Ricky looks at it, Ricky sees Ricky as a child alongside an identically dressed twin. It's kind of like the twins from The Shining, but dressed the same. You're both dressed the same. Not like you're not dressed like the twins. And Druck, you see you as a child alongside your identically dressed twin. Do I hear 45 gold for the unnerving portrait? Excellent. Going once, because no one is fucking bidding on that. Going twice. Sold. To the young man with the three-eyed rabbit.
Speaking of the three-eyed rabbit, I was looking at his page and I noticed that he has 13 hit points. Oh, sorry, this is AC. No, he's 1 hit point. Never mind. Okay, no, I just read that again. I was like, 13 hit points on a rabbit?
I rolled for his hit points when he was created. Yeah, he came to 1.
Oof. All right.
So yeah,
for a second he had 13 HP.
You can walk up and collect the portrait of you as a child alongside your identically dressed twin.
Was it 45 gold?
Yep.
Right.
And it's like a pretty big portrait. It's like one you can just... big old wall portrait.
Oh, okay.
And a nerving magic portrait to my as a custom item.
And now you
For a
can add it
moment,
to the house.
I thought it was a mirror, so like you
No,
could put it in like the bathroom, and it's like you could really get those areas that you couldn't see before. Like, what's the back of my head look like?
The last item that goes on auction is a glass eye with a worm inside of it, a living worm. No one buys it, but eventually that would bring you to the end of the day. At some point during the day, actually no, it'd be towards the end of the day when you're all arriving back at the private quarters in Bizzundum. I believe the party just says, "Hey, we bought all this stuff," and they put it in the chest. It's like some lava sconces and some stuff, and then you all go to sleep.
Yeah. Dax will make a point to
Druck.
Druck will make a point to
Hi, Dax.
like, yes, Dax, hey.
I saw something at the auction that might interest you.
What
and
is a truck?
it looks like a tattered clump of cloth, and then he'll like grab the ends and then like kind of shake it out.
That's amazing, truck. And you see Dax like just like touching like the fabric on it, and like their eyes are wide, and like you can see that there's like they're almost like smiling. They're just like holy, like it's the look of like holy shit. How did you get this? This is like a kid on Christmas.
It was just at the auction, thought it looked interesting. It's blue.
And the like Dax is like just like stammering, and she just looks at Druck and just gives him like the biggest squishiest hug.
No.
And just like like one of those hugs you just get when you just like pick that person up.
Oh yeah.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Druck. This is amazing.
He's just kind of going like this. Not like he's not hurt by it at all, but he's just kind of stiff and like his claws are like kind of scraping at the ground a little bit, but
And Dax will
he's
very
just like-
gently put you back down.
though you see him smiling pretty big with his some of his teeth like just coming up out over his lips, but you see it's a like the smile isn't open, it's kind of like a tight one, but he's just like
Oh, young love, it's so nice to see, isn't it, Ricky? We're not young love, but friendship, camaraderie.
Can we hear this rabbit?
Yeah, and Sam, you're muted.
I realized that. For a second I was like, when the hell is that? And I was like, oh right, my rabbit.
Yeah, same. I was like,
Just
Think
a
it-
demon.
I don't think that's. I mean, maybe it's what it is. I never read it that way before, but I suppose maybe.
Friendship, camaraderie.
Yeah.
Do I get
look what we bought. Flitz is gonna hold up the sconces.
Ooh.
They're what are they? Like the ones that you would typically fill with lava
Yeah.
that keeps the place light. Is anybody good with alchemy? I need to okay, I'll have to commission some work to be done.
What do you mean?
Hmm?
What do you mean? Why would you need alchemy?
Because there's some alchemical liquids and such that you can get that will stay luminescent.
Ooh.
And so you fill it with the you fill the bowl or whatever it is with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Truck's
Then
eyes
no.
will just look over to Kenna because
Nah, not my forte.
families-
I'm more.
her families have done alchemy. and
I'm
stuff.
not proficient in alchemist supplies. I'm more proficient in herbalism.
It's all right. We'll hire somebody or something.
Oh, so you look at Kenna, and Kenna looks like shit, like beat to shit.
Oh yeah.
And nothing to worry about. The food fought back.
Yeah.
Oh,
We went to a restaurant, and Flitz chose the dungeon. And for some reason, we had to fight our food before we could eat it.
It sounded fun at the beginning. Oh, Quoin, can you transfer these? They're expecting them.
Spins it around, opens it up. You can transfer 1 sconce per day.
Oh wait, each
deliver.
of us can do it.
You can deliver 1 sconce per day, and you bought 4 of them, so yeah.
Oh wait, one person can. It's through the chest that works, or is it person?
It's through the chest. 1 person can deliver 1 item per day.
Okay. Can I borrow
And there's
3
only
other people, please? Quoin, can you help me?
nods and
Perfect.
deliver, and you're delivering it to the
Oh,
housekeeper.
I don't remember his name.
Eustace.
Yeah, Eustace, that's right.
You're also
Thanks,
told
Justin.
you were also told your housekeeper is an elderly Duergar named Eustace.
Yes, I
They
did
had-
remember that.
they had
stupid
hot-
bugbear! You made me look bad. Booga booga booga.
and they
I
had-
asked if he was married to Muriel. So,
is that a cowardly dog thing?
yes.
Oh yeah.
Excellent. Yeah, so you can deliver the sconces, and those will be put up in your house by the caretaker.
Put that in the notes.
And we're probably just going to get to where we left off last time, with everyone kind of retiring to their chambers. Quoin and Flitz share a room. Is kind of what we said. Does anybody else share a room? If they want. You don't have to. Excellent. So, everyone does get the benefits of a long rest. So you can mark those off. And anything that would recharge at dawn recharges at dawn.
That's good.
However, because there was weird things that happened at the end of the last session, Ricky,
Mm-hmm.
you dream of Argent. You're back in your village.
Oh.
What would Ricky dream about if he's in Argent? Like, what would a typical day for Ricky look like when he was in Argent? Like when he first wakes up. When he first wakes up, how does he? What does that look like?
Let's see. Ricky first wakes up. He probably goes out, helps his parents with some morning chores. Probably goes and like fetches some water from the nearby well in a bucket, brings it into the house. Washes his face. Helps his mom go out. Yeah, probably goes out and gather some berries from the garden to make breakfast with.
While Ricky's gathering the berries,
Mhm.
you get the sensation like you're being watched, like the hair on the back of your neck kind of thing. But it doesn't feel like you're being watched from behind. It kind of feels like you're being watched from above. And you look up, and you would know, judging by the time, it's probably 10 in the morning. So the sun should be out. And you look up and you just see night sky. And there's no stars. But no, wait, hold on. It looks like the stars do start to appear in the night sky, but they're not stars. They're eyes. And you look around and Argent's empty. It's just you. All by your little lonesome. And the dream kind of shifts, and you're in this void of nothingness. And you look around and you see the others. Quoin, Kenna, Druck, Flitz, Dax, also all floating in this void. And you can see the eyes all around you in this void of blackness, like stars. But it's not like you're in space. It's just darkness and these eyes, just massive, just looking at you. Various color irises, various shapes, various types of eyes. Give me a perception check, please.
Alrighty.
And I'll be asking the same for Druck when we get to Druck stuff. So you can roll, Druck, you can roll a perception check now if you want. Get it out of the way. Up to
27.
You. Oh, excellent. The eyes, some of the eyes look like they form a shape in the void. Like a vaguely humanoid shape, but its mass is incomprehensible. It's like its arms and it's just impossibly huge. And there's chains around its wrists and ankles, and the chains go to infinite lengths, to infinite points in this void of nothingness. No end to them. And then you wake up. And I need a wisdom save when you wake up.
Am I within 10 feet of Quoin?
No, because Coin's in a different room.
Okay. Monks aren't proficient in wisdom save. That's so weird.
They're not. It's weird, isn't it?
I mean, they're eventually proficient in everything, but not yet.
DC 17. DC 17, by the way.
Woo! Well, exactly 17.
Excellent. Cool, you wake up. Druck. When Druck dreams of a time before he's with the party, a good dream, what would that be? A time before he met the party.
Gosh.
If there even is a good memory before the party. If there isn't,
Yeah.
we'll do one that's with the party.
Gosh. Let's say the first time he actually the first time he had like his favorite fish. I don't know what
Okay, cool.
what the actual local fish is
Yeah, sure.
for the rivers in
Yeah.
land, but like something probably akin to like his first time having salmon.
Okay.
And
It could definitely be a salmon.
yeah.
All right. So you're fishing. What time of day would Druck usually go fishing?
Early morning.
Excellent. How early are we talking?
Like crack of dawn.
Perfect.
Like
Yeah.
What's twilight but in the morning? That I think that's still twilight, right?
It's something.
Dusk.
No. Dusk is at night. Dusk is
Dawn.
like evening. Sure, it's
Yeah.
like daybreak, basically.
Yeah.
You can see
You
the
can't
sun,
see the sun yet, but
Yeah,
you can see the
like,
light.
you can see the light
They're
coming from the
just on
sun.
the edge, yeah.
and you're fishing, and you reel in this massive fucking like steelhead salmon.
Mhm.
Biggest fish you've ever seen. Best fish you've ever eaten. Does Rocky just eat it raw?
His first bite is raw,
Okay, cool.
but then he takes it over and
Okay.
starts to cook it a little bit.
Druck has a very good survival skill. Just looking at the sky, Druck can pinpoint what time of day it is.
Mhm.
You know that it's like the crack of dawn, but when you look around, it's pitch black. And you look up through the canopy of trees, because your passive perception's like a million, so you just automatically know like something from above is looking down at you. Do you choose to look up?
Yeah.
Okay.
He doesn't want to get pooped on by a bird. Or something.
Fair enough. You look up, and through the canopy, it's pitch black, no stars. And from where you are from, the lights of like, I mean, it's not like there isn't like industrial lighting that blots out the stars, but you're in a place where there is no light. This is all natural. And you look up, and there are no stars to speak of. And then one by one, little eyes open up. Like closed eyes open up in the void of nothingness. Like the void is their eyelids.
Like how stars twinkle.
Yeah.
Its eyes
Just
going.
eyes just opening and closing. A cacophony. No, a cacophony is a noise, but the word that comes to your head is cacophony. And you just see eyes. And judging by your time of day, it would probably be like 6 a.m. So the sun should be rising, but there is no sun to speak of. It's just a void of pure nothingness. And then you're floating in space, or in a void. And you can see the others around you. And what'd you get on your perception check?
18.
You see the same thing, the eyes that are forming in the sky. There's eyes all around you, but where you're focused, looking ahead with the other members of the party, the eyes sort of form this vaguely humanoid shape. Again, impossibly big. There's no way to dictate how big it actually is, but it is massive. And you don't see any features, just the eyes make up this vaguely humanoid shape in the void. And there's these rusted chains wrapped around the wrists and ankles that just drift to infinite points. You don't see the end of these chains. And then you wake up, and I need a wisdom saving throw.
11.
11. What is the first body part or part of your body that comes to your mind?
Tongue.
Tongue. Okay. You wake up and you feel this weird kind of like tickling sensation on your tongue.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's weird. It's just like, it's like an itching, like a tickling. Roll me a d6.
One.
Okay. So you get a +1 bonus to your perception.
Oh man.
So your passive perception is now 30.
Hey, rounded you off.
It's just a
Disgusting.
+1.
Rounded you off.
I rolled a d6.
But do you? Yeah, you
That
can
is
just
10 higher than
you can just feel this like just a weird tickling sensation on your tongue,
Mm-hmm.
and you wake up.
Okay.
I'm assuming everybody else is by themselves in their room. Flitz and Quoin are the only ones that said they were sleeping in the same room. So, but everyone's awake now. Druck looking out the window, or this is underground city. There's clocks in the room. 7 a.m.
waking up in the morning.
You all wake up. Oh, that reminds me. Oh no, never mind. Yeah, you all wake up, fully rested.
I'm gonna get a bowl of cereal.
Yeah. You can have some cereal if you'd like. Oh, yeah.
Gotta go downstairs. Gotta meet my friend.
There it is.
All right. But yeah, you all wake up in your separate rooms. Anybody, you all convene outside, back in the... So, the rooms are all connected to like a common room, like a living chamber, like a living room where you can smell like bacon and eggs and other like non-meat and animal products being cooked for breakfast. You can smell coffee being roasted, tea.
Is there a mirror in our room?
Yeah, you each have a room, like a mirror to get dressed and everything.
I mean, yeah, if Druck feels something weird in his mouth, he's gonna have a look.
Okay. You open your mouth, and you see an eye that resembles one of your own on your tongue. Easily concealed, but it's on your tongue.
Huh.
And since it's on your tongue, it's a smaller eye, but it looks like just like one of yours. And when you stick your tongue out, you can't see out of it, because that'd be weird. You just get a sense that it makes you a little
Like
more...
like a Sixth Sense type of
yeah,
thing.
it just makes you more perceptive.
Huh.
But you have another eye right there on your tongue.
I know.
Huh. Just one more thing.
He holds up his hands.
Yeah, and then your wings.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh shit, Quoin. Yeah. Oh yeah, Quoin's good. Okay, cool.
Ooh. Oh, I thought of a name for my snake.
You have a snake.
I
Oh, yeah.
do.
Flitz cast find.
Trouser snake.
Flitz cast find.
That's tucked
familiar.
away. That's good. Yeah.
Flitz cast find familiar. Now has a flying snake.
I attempted to conjure up an animal that Vin had used once, but some Fae mischievousness intervened, and he was thinking of a flying like creature, like a bird or something, because I think they said that's what Vin used it
Vin had a
for
raven,
once, forever ago. So that's what he was thinking of, and as Fey magic happens, he ended up with a snake. Zeph.
But
And he'll let it fly.
okay. Do you all like convene in the common room to eat breakfast?
When Dax wakes up and realizes the thing is on her fucking throat,
You have you have a sizable eye because it's on your throat, so there's more surface area. You have one. You look in the mirror. You have one of your own eyes just on your throat.
Dax is gonna like gently touch the area around it.
Okay.
And then they're going to, they're gonna wash their hands before they do this.
Okay.
Because they're just like, they kind of like, they try to like poke, like not like jab the eye, but just like, you know how like you put a contact lens in or something, be like very gentle. Like, does it feel any different?
It feels like you're touching an eye.
I don't like this.
If we think about it, like, can we make it blink or shut?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
It's like the skin that's surrounding it is the eyelids. So if you think about it, you can shut the eye, but there's still like a noticeable crease where the eyelids would meet.
Mm-hmm.
But you can focus and keep it shut.
Okay.
Dax is gonna
and it blinks, just involuntarily blinks too, like eyes do.
Mm-hmm.
Dax is gonna take out that fabulous flag that Druk got her.
Nice.
And almost tie it around like almost like an ascot or something, but that looks a little more natural. The outfit she's wearing, just conceal that bad boy.
The flag's got a lot of holes in it, but yeah, you can do it.
And then she'll go out.
Flitz, you see yours on your leg. Wherever you'd like on your leg. I think you said like upper inner thigh, right?
Yeah, it's like his upper inner thigh.
Just getting a view, just a good old view of that. You know,
tuck his junk away to the other side. He'll take
yours is easy to conceal. You just have to wear pants.
Well, because chafing and such,
and also
he'll take he'll take a bit of like clothes and such, and like a hem of his shirt, and okay, Quoin, I'll be right out, and he'll gently begin to cut it with a dagger, just big enough to conceal it.
Okay.
And he'll gently tie it so it's more like he'll make the eyes close so it's like more like an eye patch. So he'll kind of smooth down his pants and adjust a little bit and head out.
Excellent. Also, just so you guys know, every time any of you with an eye go to make a... Nah, never mind. That's kind of stupid. I'm just going to delete that. It doesn't make any sense. Ignore what I was saying. Doesn't make any sense.
Kenna's eyes is super brittle if she has one. Oh, she doesn't have one. Or they don't have one.
Yeah, Kenna doesn't have one. Kenna, Quoin, and Ricky do not have eyeballs. Full new eyeballs. But you all
lose these. Sorry.
Not again.
One of these eyes. This eye replaces the eye that you got. Replaces.
Do you all convene into the dining room after smelling breakfast?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Mm-hmm. You all convene at the table. Druk Dax is wearing an ascot made out of the flag that you got them.
Yeah, which is new and not like that's not curious at all. Like it's a new thing that they happen to want to wear today.
Of course, but it is a new day, and you're all sat at the table. Hazar is not present. He just leaves a note saying, "I made you all breakfast. I have business to attend to."
That's kind.
But it's coffee. There's pancakes. There's waffles. There's bacon, sausage, eggs. Any breakfasty foods you can think of are here.
Oh, that's pleasant.
What are we doing today? Do we have plans?
We're traveling. We're hitting the road.
Oh, that's right. Oh, no, we can't leave just yet.
Wait, why? We're going to
I had some things commissioned that should be finished this morning. So,
well, as long as they don't keep us too long, we...
No, they said it should be... Yeah, they said it should be done by this morning. So, I think maybe give them another hour or two. It'd be about...
So let's hear your voice in your head.
9-ish.
Everything's done, so whenever you're good to pick it up, feel free. I just finished. I stayed up all night.
their nostrils must have been itching because there they were. They just pinged me. So y'all enjoy. I'm gonna go walk and get that, so we don't have to waste time going to that place and then reconvening all that. I'll meet y'all at the front.
Do you want some company, Flitz?
It's okay. It's fine. He'll hop down. He'll kind of to the snake.
Yep. Okay.
He'll take like a scone or something. I don't know.
Sure.
Some pastry.
Sure.
And he'll nibble on that. And he'll make his way to the Paradox place. I forgot what it was called.
Sure. I didn't give a name for it. I don't remember if I gave a name.
Oh,
for
that's I don't think you did either.
Okay. So you go to Paradox Place,
Mhm.
leaving the other 5 at the breakfast table.
You guys would see Truck just go in, bite something, and then look like he's having a weird time chewing.
Oh yeah. Also forgot to mention, those of you who did get new eyeballs, you have advantage on site-based perception checks indefinitely.
Ooh.
That's cool.
So
That's cool.
Druck, and Flitz have advantage on site-based perception checks.
I forget, is it an optional rule or just a regular rule that advantage adds to passive checks?
I'm not doing that.
Okay. That'd be absurd. I think Druck would have like a 35
I'm
passive perception.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
Druck.
It's just too, it's just
Beyond.
too much.
Druck, did you get a bad sausage in your mouth?
Just feels weird on my tongue.
I've heard that before.
Yeah, one of us had a weird sausage yesterday. It like jumped into Dax's mouth and started like punching their uvula like a speed bag.
I will say, once it stopped fighting, it was quite good.
You know,
And the milkshake.
my burger kicked my ass.
Go on.
It like took its bun off and started beating the shit out of me with the top bun.
Oh my god, and then the
Yeah.
milkshake that I had took the fucking straw out
Oh,
of it
yeah.
and tried to stab me in the throat with it, Druck. Yeah, that was...
Should have thought something was up when they made us sign a waiver before we had our meal. But, you know. Flitz did pick the dungeon room. I assume the others would have been nicer.
I don't know why he picked the I'm still curious why he picked the dungeon for all the things we've
And,
been
like,
through.
while we're eating, people...
I would have picked the dungeon.
And, like, while we were trying to eat, people were, like, jumping out at us from behind stuff.
What were the other options?
Desert, jungle, swamp, urban environment. That one was a pirate ship.
Yeah, all
Yes.
of those sound like they would have had some type of encounter.
Maybe.
Desert? That sounds terrible.
Just pick sand out of your food. There also was a gift shop, and the gift shop was fucking terrible. The kid running the gift shop made these dolls. He said, "Oh, I fill the dolls with pudding."
Oh,
But I just think,
when
I think he was
Flitz gets
joking.
back, I think he still has the pudding.
oh yeah, we got pudding.
Day old pudding?
Oh yeah, it'd be really old pudding by now.
But it's jarred, so I'd...
But also like not kept cold.
Yeah.
Jarred pudding.
But that was our day. You know,
Alright.
we fought food.
Well,
We went to an auction house.
yeah.
That must have been fun. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I got this painting. I'll take it out and show everybody.
Everyone who's here that looks at the painting sees themselves as a child next to their identical dressed twin.
What the
Why do you have a painting?
hell?
Why do you have a painting of me?
Oh, it's a painting of everybody.
No, it's a painting of me.
No, everyone sees it as themselves.
Why?
I don't know.
What? Where are you gonna put it?
Probably the house.
Yeah, we haven't pinged it for magics, but
Oh, hold on.
Yeah, I probably
I
guess it is.
assume it's not harmful, but you know, perhaps we'll get to it at a later date.
Kenny's gonna poke it with the staff and just do the innate detect magic that the staff can do. It's magical, but it's not really radiating much of anything. It's just a painting that displays weirdness.
Oh, it's fine. I like it.
Yeah, it's harmless.
It's like one of those things you keep in your house so that whenever you wake up in the middle of the night, you occasionally scare yourself.
But also, like, if guests come over, they'll just be like, "What the? Why do you have a painting of me as a kid? That's weird, man. So weird." All right.
It's a great intimidation tactic.
Uh-huh.
Let's see how many charges this.
Like for somebody who thinks you know nothing about them, it's like I have a painting of you as a
It's
child.
so weird. 15, 18.
And I
20
know you
charges.
have a twin.
Oh, but you don't. It's weird.
You throw it up in front of like a lich or something. Like, look what you gave up. You were happy once.
Nice.
You were happy once.
Nice.
Does everyone see the same outfit? Like, is it the same clothes?
Yeah.
Same
So
color.
Cast
yeah, it's
depression
like
on the
Is
lich.
it one of those like old timey like frilly collared dresses that
Yeah.
like the unisex dresses?
Yeah, but also with like the with like the little hat with the ribbon on the side or on the
Amazing,
back.
man.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, we also got like a propeller hat, but the propeller doesn't spin.
And it's made out of a bucket.
Oh,
Don't
and it's made out
forget
of a
that.
wooden bucket. It. Like I
Oh,
said-
and we also have the blanket.
Oh, and a blanket that's just made of burlap or whatever. It's terrible.
Oh, it's fine
That
for
just
me.
sounds like a burlap sack someone cut open.
It was a terrible gift shop. The tour was even. It's so bad. But at this point, Flitz, you get to the shop.
Okay, so on the way, Flitz has his book of poems that he updates and stuff, but he has gently.
the love poems that you got from Ven's belongings.
No,
Oh.
this is the creepy poems that he writes about
Oh,
the
great.
creepy dreams that, not the eyeball dreams, but the other dreams that he had. And it's just the poetry is very, very reminiscent of poetry that you would read of like Where the Sidewalk Ends and
excellent.
like
Awesome.
Scary Stories
Okay.
to Read in the
Okay.
Dark, like that whole vibe.
Or this
like,
book is so good, but yeah.
yeah, where it gives you a little bit of heebie-jeebie creepies.
Okay.
But anyway, he has cut out like
So these are poems that you write?
that Flitz is right, and I'm not
Okay,
going to
cool.
actively write them.
No, I know. I'm just asking. Okay.
Okay. But they all have a similar theme to them. It's the removal of like, it's very dark for Flitz, and he does not like it, but he
Perfect.
has to get it out some way. But they are all heavily themed in like the flaying of flesh. But
great.
it's not. You cut flesh off. It's like it's the. There's a lot of allusions to it.
yeah.
It's words that it would allude to it, and it's like, did he just? Yeah, so it's like that. But he has cut out about 25 pages, and he has wrote essentially what is best to describe like a pamphlet,
Okay.
and he has written various of these poems in chaotic forms. This is almost like a midnight or like a dream journal, but he is
Okay.
going to, on his way, he's going to fold up some of them into various shapes, and he's not paying attention to what shapes they are,
Oh,
but they
cool.
are like one is like a creepy hand, so like a
Sure.
like with 5 fingers that's like posted up. One's like a dismembered foot that he is kind of like keep creating the paper with assistance from some of his magic, and he's going to set those
I know what's going on.
at various points within the city. He'll use his
Okay.
mage hand to kind of send some off
Nice.
far away, but that is almost absent-mindedly that he's doing it. And he's going to do
Okay.
he's going to do about 10 of those.
Sure.
Scattered throughout.
You do pass by an orphanage on your way. Do you drop any off there?
Probably, yeah.
Perfect.
Probably.
Just gonna write my notes. Flitz drops off a bunch of creepy poems.
Yep.
And I think I know why.
Oh, I did write it. Its poems are alarming tales of horror with uncharacteristically whimsical wordplay that focus around the flaying of flesh and collecting of
Yep.
toes, fingers,
Perfect.
and ears.
Yep, I know. Okay, I know.
I did write that. So yeah, so that'll be
Okay.
what he does on his way there.
I know what that's for.
That's why he went solo.
Alrighty. You do eventually arrive at the jewelry store.
Give me them toes.
Give me them Cheetos.
Give me them toes.
Yeah, you can walk in and Peridot is bundling up your order in this like
Oh, perfect.
very ostentatious turquoise colored package.
This would be perfect.
Like a bag you get at like a high end, not a high end, but like a fancy clothing store in a shopping mall.
Of course. These are lovely, Peridot. This wrapping is
Of course,
beautiful.
everything is done to spec. Everything was done to spec.
Is there a way that I may want to commission more pieces, but we live so far away?
Yes. For an extra 100 gold, I can. Well, extra 100 gold.
Do you have like a membership or something?
No.
Oh.
But we do offer delivery. I think it's 10 gold a day.
Oh, that's going to be a considerable amount of gold then for the delivery. What if I just, we'll consider it. You have a way of pinging me. Is this localized to the city, or is it?
They tickle an earring that they're wearing.
Oh, nice. Don't know what that does.
It allows me to cast the sending spell. They flick it again.
That is. Did you make that?
Yes, I can do it once per day.
How much money do you charge to make one of those?
Let me look at something. So it'd be an uncommon because it's basically a sending stone, but as an earring. How much do you want us to know?
I see you into it.
Stabs you. Okay. 400 gold.
How long would that take?
About a week.
Oh shit.
I have to pick the right gem.
Could you? Oh, I'm going to commission this. He's gonna pull out. He's gonna take his little bottle and he's gonna reach into and clap it a few times and pull out. He'll pull out 400 gold pieces.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll do 450 for your tip, of course. Could you do me a favor? Could we get this commissioned and then you deliver it to Hazar? He knows us.
Of course.
And whenever it's finished, if you could just ring me in my ear, do a sending to me.
Of course. Is there
Wow, that's amazing.
Is there any gem you'd prefer to be made out of? Doesn't have to be a gem. It can be. Well, I want to work in gems.
Oh gosh, does it have to be an earring?
No, it can be any sort. Well, when you attune to it, it pierces your ear for you. Well, you don't need to.
So if I unattune, will it unpierce?
You don't need to attune to it. Rather, sorry.
Can we do like an ear cuff?
I can do any kind of jewelry, and they give you.
Perfect.
They give you a little wink. We've had some people request for.
Oh.
Hidden piercings.
That sounds like something Druck would like. Anyway, let's do an ear cuff. It would fit over the top of my ear here and kind of, and the gem could be set wherever you think would look best for it. Maybe if it hung down the back, like off the tip, because I do have.
Of course, I can do that.
For the gem, though, I haven't really considered.
Aquamarine, sapphire.
Let's do emerald to match, point to the emerald that's in the headband of intellect.
Wonderful.
Can you match the color?
Of course.
It's this is like a bronze, like deeper bronze color headband. Okay, I'm gonna write this down.
It'll be ready in 7 days. I will send it to Hazar and then contact you when it's done.
Take your time. There's no rush. I don't want you to feel as though you need to stay up as you did with these. These are lovely, by the way. Thank you so much, Peridot. I have to get going, though.
Of course. And they reach one of their hands out to shake your hand, and then they poke you gently with their unicorn horn.
Oh yeah, that's right. You're a unicorn man. Sorry. That's very right. I completely forgot. Flitz will, with the bundle, he'll make his way. He did say to meet them out at the front.
The front gates of the city, or out the front of the tower?
Let's say front of the tower. That would make more sense, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Okay. So you just walk to the base of the tower and wait? Okay. Back to breakfast. You all at this point probably be closer to finishing your meal.
Oh, don't want to eat too much. Long day of travel. All right.
Truck gets up.
Okay. Yeah, it'd be about... You hear like the chiming of clocks in here, and it reads 8 a.m. Quoin.
Oh, we're already late.
Hey, Druck.
Hmm.
And Dax is gonna go and like sidle up along them,
Mm-hmm.
just kind of quietly going towards the ear. Did you have I had a really weird dream last night that you were in.
Yeah, what happened? What kind of dream?
Druck kind of gives you like a.
Everyone was there, and the sky had eyes. And I woke up.
Would you say that Druck, like, at this point, he hadn't. Is one of those instances where you have a dream and then you wake up and you're like, what the fuck was that? And then you're like, wait, what was it?
Mm-hmm.
Like, completely forgot. And then you mentioned it and you see like a little flicker of it. Like, oh.
And
Oh.
now that this conversation is being had between the two of you, on a success or failure, so anyone who succeeded on the save or failed on the save to grow an eyeball, the only things you can recall about the dream are eyes and that void of nothingness and seeing your friends.
Mm-hmm.
There's no recollection of the constant night sky when you were at your own little place. The only thing you can recollect is void of nothingness, eyes, friends. You don't recollect the shape that you saw or the chains. Just, I saw you all in my dream and there was eyes everywhere and we were in a void of darkness. And that's for everybody who had the dream.
And I don't want to put words or anything else in your mouth potentially, but I now currently have a pain in my neck of sorts. And then Dax is gonna
I think you made it too tight. What? What do you mean?
Dax like has her back to the rest of the group, like, you know, because like Druck stood up, and so only Druck can see. She's going to just like adjust it and just pull it down slightly so he can like see the eye that's there.
It's in mid blink.
And just like nonchalantly pull it back up.
And it's a sizable eye on the neck. It's like that big around.
Like full.
Like it's full front of the neck basically.
Whoa.
You see Druck kind of push his tongue into his chin, you know, like.
Yep. Should we tell the others about this?
Let's get on the road first.
But at least I'm not the only one who had some.
Huzzah's very, let's see, suspicious, not necessarily untrusting of us, but unsure about our capabilities, and that looks a bit like something that he would probably, you know, be iffy about. So we should get out of town.
Yeah, I just wanted, to bring it up to you, considering the last time, like weird dreams happened or any weird things. Other shit happens with me, so just covering my bases that I didn't do anything this time. I swear I didn't.
Yeah, we'll both keep an eye out.
And when he opens up his mouth, if you are paying attention, you might catch a glimpse.
Dax just like pats you on the back. Just like, and then like loudly says, "All right, let's get going, I guess."
I gotta update the passive perception list. Ricky is no longer in second place for passive perception.
Ooh, who passed him?
Dax at 21.
Yeah, bitch.
Wow.
Dax got a good bonus when they rolled the d6.
Oh yeah,
I rolled a
If you
4
guys-
and it gave me a 4.
if you guys want to edit it, you can
I did
actually click on...
it. I did it for them.
Oh, okay. I did it. Yeah, just so you know, Justin, I did it as well. It's under skill miscellaneous bonus, and I had 1, and then put tongue eyeball.
Yep.
Okay.
It also gives you guys advantage on sight-based perception.
Yeah,
so
I'm not sure how to add that one, but
that one is just going to be like, we'll try it.
What
remember
that tongue do?
What that tongue do? All right, so you all leave to get on your journey.
Yeah.
All right. The rabbit's
the
gonna.
to Isengard.
The rabbit steals some like roasted carrots and just like slides them into like. Ricky, you feel Mr. Fluffles shoving carrots into your pocket.
Oh, okay. Snacks to the road. All right.
Yeah, it's wrap snacks for the road. We gotta get going.
Sounds like a good plan. That's a good idea. Keep your blood sugar up.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Good plan.
Snacking is important.
It is. Yep. I love snacks.
Who's riding with who?
Oh yes, 2 people per vehicle. At this point, you would get to the front of the tower where Flitz is, so you can have the conversation together.
Flitz has set out each of the presents for each of the party members.
Okay.
And an ostentatious display at the base of the tower. Off the side a little bit.
So anybody else leaving is just like,
He's like, no. It's like whenever he hears the elevator coming down, he's like,
That little kid with the propeller hat that was playing with fireworks the other day is definitely
Keep
one of them
moving.
trying to steal them.
not for you, keep moving.
But then he runs away.
yeah, okay. I didn't want to beat up this little kid, but I would have gladly.
Mood.
So
Guinness?
for the people who are here, Flitz will present you each with a gift that he got commissioned. Dax, you get the armband with the sapphire cut dragon eye. It's platinum, so it should fit over your bicep.
And none of these are magical. They're just.
No, yeah, they're just for aesthetics.
It's the magic
Um,
of friendship.
Yeah, Ricky, you get a bracelet that is
Ooh.
made of gold, but it's set with gems that represent each member of the group.
Oh, thank you.
Kenna got theirs, or would get theirs. It's the beard jewelry, blue gems and such
right.
that kind of fit
Beard
Nice.
Kenna's
Beard gems.
aesthetic. Yeah, Quoin will get a horn caps for his little
Right. Kobold
things
horns.
that are
Yeah.
platinum, and they have draconic prayers to Bahamut should be carved into them. And Druck, yours was hard to think of, not gonna lie, but you have what are their wing chains. So they essentially would tie almost like jewelry that will tie around the base of the wings. They'll go up to where the bat, like the little hook part goes, like almost like a cap. So essentially, what it'll act like body jewelry is the best way I was kind of thinking of it. It's like body jewelry that you would wear, but it would essentially, they would clasp at the base of the wings and wrap around, and they would go to the tips of like where the whatever kind of like appendage is there.
I'm
Hey,
just
he doesn't have-
concerned.
this was Flitz.
Yeah,
This
I'm
was-
just concerned because of might affect his sneakiness. It being metal chains.
Nah.
Well, they shouldn't make too much noise, yeah, because if
Okay.
they're only, it's like it is essentially like body jewelry is what.
Yeah,
Flitz was
it's not
thinking
gonna
about.
do anything disadvantage or anything.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
and it's made of bronze, to kind of fit his skin tone and such like that.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'll get those out.
Oh Jesus!
Happy,
Long COVID.
yeah, that one. No,
So-
but
So he's got like these bat wings. So
Mhm.
I'm trying to figure out how this looks in my head. I'm sorry.
No, no worries, no worries. So essentially, if they come out the back, right? Whenever I'm envisioning it, whenever I think of it, you can think of it however you want. They would essentially be like they would go around the base of each of the wings. It's almost like putting on a shirt, but they are unclasped, so they just are like two holes big enough to where they can fit around the base. They would clasp in the middle, right? They would have enough extra length, because he would have described this to Peridot, enough extra length to where it wouldn't, when you outstretch them, they wouldn't be restrictive. So there's kind of like hanging, it just kind of looks like you have hanging chains off your back, but when you outstretch them, the chain kind of goes taut along it to make this. I mean, you don't have to, that's the thing. Flitz didn't know what he wanted to get you, and it was
cool.
he was trying to think of something. He was trying to think of something that would fit, and Druk is a very particular person or entity, and he does not know yet. So this is almost very fitting that Flitz was struggling with an idea, and he's like, because to
You
him,
sound like my family during Christmas.
literally,
Like,
everyone
what
else
do we
kind
get
of
you?
fell into place with it. It was just little ideas that I had, but Druk's was very, very difficult, and I know the wings probably aren't the most appealing. Like a dragon arm is pretty nice. You have the gold or the red scales, like it has some appeal to it, you know. And Druk doesn't wear a lot of jewelry anyway either, so it was one of those things. Flitz probably was like, here, I hope you like it, but he fully anticipates that it is not up Druk's alley. So
Jeez.
Cool.
but he was feeling friendshipy.
Yeah.
He needed to give gifts.
Are these on a mannequin so Druk knows how to wear it, or is he just looking at
He would
chains
present
and
it.
it's
He
just
would show
like,
you. He would like,
Oh.
so you would do this with your wings. You would need help with this, and you'd clasp here, and this one goes up, and it hooks into your little thing of your yes, kind of your little finger thing. I don't know, your talon. It kind of clips onto that, like almost like it would be like almost like a horn cap at there, but it would keep it where it would be secure.
because bats have that finger.
Yeah, they have those like weird like little
Which is what you have now.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
was envisioning. So it would be like almost like a ring. It could be like a ring that would work better.
Yeah,
Probably
there we
like a
go.
ring that would fit onto the little bat.
Beware.
appendage.
I have but one claw, but beware.
But it is for both. So it is like the whole wingspan. It doesn't go all the way down to the flare out
And
bit.
Druk's got like a 20-foot wingspan.
Yeah.
Because their arms are.
So. But he would have stated all that for all these kind of get
Cool.
an eye for things. Okay, that was it. Before we go, I just wanted to give you these things. Thank you for being kind and friends.
Thank you, Flitz.
Yeah, thanks, Flitz.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Flix. These
Wonderful.
horns. Thank you.
You don't have to be weird about it. We do this all the time in Hallishire, and I've missed it. So we can just proceed. It is like a daily thing back home. So,
Oh wow, sounds expensive.
Yes.
well, you usually make your own things, but yes, it can get kind of pricey because some people like to outdo each other, if I remember correctly.
But it is a lot of homemade gifts. It was definitely more so when the toy workshop was open up in the
Yes.
mountains. But ever since that, had a mysterious incident long ago. Not long ago, but like 50 years ago or whatever.
I was gone by that point.
But you all.
All right. So, who's riding with you?
Well, I think we got to get out of the city first because we're not on that upper road. But it's a good idea to discuss that now. Yes.
So there's 3, right? So 3 and 2, 2.
Speaking of which, I'm sending you all the stat block for the ools because you can't homebrew vehicles on D&D Beyond, so I had to make a creature stat block.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
And we can add it in the
Yeah, just put it under like mounts or vehicles or whatever.
Yeah.
Some of the stats are borrowed off of a infernal machine from
That is okay.
mainly the hit points because the hit points of those little motorcycles are like 30, but there's threshold stuff and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, while you're walking, discussing who's with who is a good idea. So, who's gonna drive the first ool?
Bing.
Druck is the driver of the first one. Who is going to be passenger? Which means the passenger gets to sit. Yeah, let's redescribe the vehicles for people who may not have been here, or for the audience. Bulky vehicle-like constructs with treads instead of wheels. Sort of resemble a motorcycle if you're envisioning it, but with treads. Contains a central seat fitted with handlebars to steer it, and a small sidecar-like attachment on the rear. I thought it was on the side, but it's actually on the back. Where various attachments can be added by oolsmiths. Nestled just behind the driver is a small receptacle where magma can be poured in to fuel the vehicle. On the side of the driver's seat is a little switch that they can use to turn the engine on and off. These oolves have been fitted with harpoon launchers, so that whoever's in the sidecar has a harpoon that they can move in any direction and shoot harpoons. They travel 12 miles an hour, 288 miles per day.
I'm wondering
Well, whoever wants to be the passenger of Druck.
Yeah, Druck's gonna be in the front most of the time. Just so people know.
Well, let's figure out the drivers first. Who's going to be driving the second one?
That's a good call. Yeah.
None of you have vehicle proficiencies, so it doesn't really matter.
What's the ability score that goes with manning them?
Nothing. Your actions.
Oh, it's just proficiency.
Nope. You'd add your proficiency bonus, like if there are certain things that happen while you're in the vehicle as a driver. The drivers only get 2 actions: power the engine and drive and steer.
Okay, but steering doesn't have an ability score associated with it?
Nope. But if there's something that happens where you need to roll a saving throw for the vehicle, you could add your proficiency bonus to it. But since no one has proficiency on these things, it doesn't matter.
Flitz wants to be a passenger because his spell casting is more versatile than the harpoon.
Okay.
Cannon would be. So he wants to be a passenger. He doesn't want to be limited to just driving.
Okay. Who's
That's
gonna?
his
Oh wait,
input.
so the driver is the one that operates the harpoon.
No, passenger is person in the sidecar.
So
But Flitz has more. But that's what I'm saying. He wants to be a passenger because he's
Yeah.
probably not going to trust the harpoon. He's going to want to spell cast, and he can't do that if he's driving.
To simplify things, so we can get through this, are you just gonna be a passenger with Druck for the time being?
Sure. Yeah. Why not?
Okay.
all right.
Yeah.
All right. Who's driving the second one? Those of you that are here have first dibs, basically. So, Ricky, Dex, any of you driving one?
Ricky, would you like to drive it?
I really would not, actually. That sounds like too much responsibility for me.
Okay, I thought I would
I
offer
know
first.
Kate would definitely want to be a driver, just knowing Kate.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They were
because
they
I
were
really
driver
don't
back
want
in
to either, Ricky.
the boat.
So Dax is driving the second one then, probably. Just for the time being.
Yeah, until Kenna's I'm just going to cross shotgun for now, and then I'll give it back to Kenna.
So if you're calling shotgun, you're sitting in the... Oh, wait.
I call dibs.
Kenna's driving one. Ricky doesn't want to drive one. I don't want to make a decision for players that aren't here. For mainly Quoin, because I know Kenna would definitely drive one. So Dax, you're driving one. Just because no one else can. Okay, who's riding with Dax? Quoin or Ricky? Or do you want to ride with Kenna?
I'll ride with Dex.
Excellent.
Yeah, it'd probably just be easier to match us up.
Yeah. For now,
let them
yeah.
two ride together
Yeah.
for the first
Okay.
bit of travel.
So you get out of the gate, or this very long discussion eventually brings you to the gates of the city. You can't mount up on these things until you're off the mountain because they're very precarious on the sides of this very narrow mountain path. It's only an hour to get down the mountain anyway. It's not too long. And eventually, you get to the base of the mountain, and Quoin starts pulling the wolves. Can't really pull them out. He dumps them out of the chest, all 3. And they can be fueled. And I'll mark off 3 fuel urns. So that'd be 11, 10, 9.
Question: can these things be repaired with magic?
No.
Like
Oh,
a
I thought
mending
you said.
spell?
I thought you said we could use mending to.
Mending can fix them. Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah. Mending can fix
Okay,
them.
yeah,
but
okay.
Yeah. All right. So,
I'll probably do that each night.
and just so you know, Each wolf does come with goggles because just so like you don't want to get pinged in the face by stuff.
Especially, it's also cold.
Yeah, so you got
Don't want
goggles
our
to wear.
eyeballs to freeze.
Creature capacity, 1 driver and 1 passenger. You're not fitting anyone else on these things. Each one has a cargo capacity of 200 pounds, so you can. That's additional like things you can just put on it. Yep.
This is great. I have the goggles and the ascot.
They have 30 hit points.
Like here.
They have 30 hit points, just like the motorcycles from the furnace. Damage threshold 5, so once they take like 5 damage in any aspect, I'll go over all that stuff if it actually happens. Stuff happens. If they take 15 points of damage in a single attack or single thing, then a mishap happens, which is a thing that they flip or something happens. Their weapon attacks are magical. If you drive over a creature with them or move through the space, you can basically crush them. They have to be flipped if they go prone, blah, 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 blah. The driver can use a reaction to juke the vehicle to give advantage on the dexterity saving throw, and the dex saves use the vehicle's dexterity bonus. So if you had vehicle proficiency, you could add that to the dex bonus because you're manning the vehicle, but a flat 0. But as you all set off on these things, for y'all, for y'all, this is a pretty significant pace. And you can travel 288 miles a day, which is a lot of ground to cover. You can cover a lot of ground in a day. The fuel lasts for 24 hours, but again, drivers can turn the engine off whenever they want. But as you all set off in the wolves, we're going to go to break. We'll be back in 10 minutes for our first leg of this journey in your new motorcycle snowmobiles. Woo! With harpoon launchers. So, we'll be back in 10 minutes for some shit.
Woo!
See y'all soon. Hello, everybody.
Man, damn it.
We're back. We're back. Hello, everybody. So, you all are in your new vehicles. And you're driving. With the engine on and driving, it is very loud. Not to the point where it's going to ruin stealth or anything, but I mean, these are vehicles with motors that are running.
I would honestly, I would not argue if you said it did ruin stealth
Okay, it does.
for riding motorcycles.
Yeah,
It definitely does.
Yeah, it makes so
and
much
it's hard,
sense.
And it's hard to hear. The only people you can really communicate with on your vehicle in the group is your passenger.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be a lot of hand signals. You know, fun stuff. So, an
Oh wait,
hour-
if Ricky summons his visage of the thing, the face one, it has the thing where he can like
does it damage things around you?
no, just the face, no.
Okay.
But he has the word of the spirit where he can direct his words to a creature he can see within 60 feet, making it so only the creature can hear you.
Okay. Cool.
Or amplify his voice so that all creatures within 600 feet can hear him.
Excellent. So,
Hey guys, I gotta pee
so,
all over.
Just whip it out and pee in the back.
so,
Ricky, piss not into the wind.
an hour or so out of Bizzundum, driving on these things, you're set upon by a horrific blizzard. Your vehicles run still fine in the blizzard. Everything's fine. You got goggles on so you can still see. You're not getting whipped in the face by snow.
Or jingly ass fucking.
It's not like
clothes.
it's you got your winter clothes on. The blizzard easily reduces your visibility out to 30 feet, and the wind is howling and bitter cold. But you're all wearing the proper protection, so no one's going to freeze to death. During the blizzard, as you're driving along, you come across a small dugout hole in the ground that appears man-made. You can see it 30 feet out as you're driving along.
Drug, should we stop?
Do you see that?
How long have we been going?
An hour.
Just an hour?
Yep.
And what's it look like?
A small dugout hole in the ground that appears man-made. 30 feet ahead. 20 feet ahead. Okay.
No, we should just keep moving. It's too early
do
on
this.
in the day to just.
To the others.
To motion that there's a hole in the road or in the path.
There's a hole, and also to go around it. Like he'll
Okay.
like to follow them to stay close.
So Kenna
Do one
will.
of these?
So Kenna will steer around said hole so no one. Yeah, cool. Then you have. Yeah, cool. All right. Excellent.
I feel like I'm just driving on the fucking highway in the wintertime.
You
avoiding
are.
potholes.
You are.
Oh, okay. Yep.
All right. Cool beans.
Oh, that's the ditch.
Yep.
The
Alright,
ditch.
So. All right. I'm gonna mark down. Okay. I'm keeping track of the fuel, so don't worry, y'all.
Ricky, how are you doing back there?
I'm doing okay. This is interesting.
Do you need me to be a little more careful of the bumps? Are you okay?
No, I'm good. You can keep going. I'm fine.
Okay, let me know if you get a little sick or anything.
I'm okay.
The blizzard stops. And after another 3 hours, so you've used 4 hours of fuel, you come to a raging river that is filled with massive chunks of solid ice floating down the river to the east. The river is about 80 feet across and has a much lower embankment than your side. So it's kind of like this. Your side is the higher up one. The opposite side is the lower one. On the opposite side of the river is a large piece of jagged ice that is washed ashore. The river is as far as the eye can see to the east and west.
Druck's gonna. I mean, you guys have driven before. After 4 hours, you need to stretch your legs. Like, that's a long time.
Okay.
So Druck's gonna, turn up against this
Okay.
and stop
So you're turn all the
near
engines,
the river.
Turn all the engines off so they don't use
Yeah.
fuel. Okay. All right. Can I
At least
toss
if
the,
everybody else agrees with that,
He'll
willing
toss
to-
the once they get settled, he'll toss the tower, so they have a place to chill inside. Right?
Okay.
Can we only do that once a day, though?
No.
Mm-mm.
Also, Druck, looking up the sky.
Just the
it's-
command word.
Looking up the sky. It's 1 p.m. in the afternoon,
Okay.
and there's no more blizzard. It's a nice kind of
Oh, it's
clear
no more
day.
blizzard now. Sorry.
Yeah, the blizzard.
Okay.
The blizzard ended.
Got it. Then never mind. I won't do the tower because I thought I was still picturing it was blizzardy.
Right, let's have a break, rest, and talk about how we're gonna get across this thing.
Right, because we need to cross it if
Yeah.
we want to go to
It's
England.
80 feet across.
Yeah.
And the river is it's as far as you can see to the east and west.
If
Uh,
we floor it, could we jump the gap?
It's pretty far.
80 feet?
Yeah.
That's
It's like
pretty
this.
far.
You guys are like this.
Mhm.
You guys are up in the upper embankment. The lower embankment is like down like that. Yeah.
Just
We
picture
just-
in my head at the moment, Free Bird is playing in the background. That's all.
I mean, you could certainly try.
Question.
Yeah.
I forget how the chest works. Can we put things in the chest multiple times a day?
Yeah.
Okay. Couldn't we just put
But
it? Put the
only
motor-
yeah, as long as you don't transfer or deliver them.
Yeah, we just put it in the chest.
Yeah.
Couldn't we just put these back in the chest, fly across, and then take them back out again?
Yeah, we can put them in the chest and take them back out, but when you say fly across, what do you mean? Some of us...
I can fly. You can fly. We have a
I-
flying carpet.
We can make it easy.
I
Flitz
haven't...
can fly.
Wait. Druck hasn't flown with these wings yet.
He's
has he?
tried, but he's still not comfortable with it. I think, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, I thought you could fly. Okay. Well, we have the flying carpet.
Quoin can
Yeah.
carry me. Druck, you could get on the carpet.
Well, I think most
Wait,
of
Quoin
us
can
can
fly?
get on the carpet, yeah.
Well, no, the carpet can hold up to. Beep, boop, beep, boop, boop, beep, boop, 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 beep, boop, boop, boop.
I mean, even if it
800
holds-
pounds. 1,600 pounds. You're right.
Even if it can only hold 2 people, we could just ferry back and forth.
Also, most of the people in the party can literally just fly across by
Yeah.
themselves. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Alright.
magic carpet. Everyone else, Flitz will pull it out, get it ready.
Oh yeah. With armor, can't we just like we can also kind of fly a little bit? The armor innately just kind of lifts you up in the air, and you can just float along with the armor helping you out.
Nice. Yeah. I forgot about
Yeah, the armor lets you just kind of gives you a flying speed of 20 feet if you don't already have a flying speed.
Nice.
But also, Quoin has wings. Quoin could also just fly across.
Yeah, Druck will probably use that and
Okay.
use that as a moment to like perhaps use his wings to maybe try
Sure.
to do it a little bit. Like it's his training wheels.
Sure. Yeah, you can easily just like you kind of like just float. You kind of just like float across and land on the other side.
Druck, you have to flap your wings. Flap
Shut
them.
up! Shut up!
That's how that works. They don't just do this.
Yeah, you just see him kind of like his wings kind of twitch.
Kenna's just gonna wild shape into an eagle, like just a normal sized eagle.
Wait, Kenna, no, you don't have to do that. Get on the carpet.
Would have been fun.
Unless you want to fly.
Would have been fun to jump these things, and Ken will get on the carpet.
X is gonna get on the carpet.
Okay.
Risky.
So the carpet will slowly fly across
How far is the gap again?
80 feet.
Okay, it'll take us a few rounds.
80 feet is nuts.
Yeah.
And there
Especially
go
for
the
some-
vehicles.
Yeah.
But you all eventually get across the other side, no issues.
Cool.
And
Oh,
vehicles.
yeah, Ricky uses the cape for the first time and sprouts his dragon wing.
So,
Actually,
yeah.
no, he doesn't need to. What am I talking about?
So
He just.
the cloak.
Sorry.
The
Never
cloak
mind.
will-
Sorry. He's a.
What?
Sorry, I was gonna say he doesn't actually do that.
Oh, okay. So how do you cross
Because
that?
I forgot he's a monk. He just runs across.
Okay.
Oh my god.
As soon as you touch the frigid water, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh boy, the water's magic.
No, it's just really cold. So as soon as your feet touch it,
You're just stepping on it?
yeah, give me a con save, please.
Okay.
Tootsies.
Nat 20 for 22.
Okay,
Oh,
you're really cold, but you get to the other side.
All right.
nice roll.
It's 80 feet, so you can get to the other side.
Mm-hmm. There's
It's
double move.
so it's like a 20-foot. So you're up here. It's like a 20-foot drop, and it's
Mhm.
not a straight. There's nothing you can run on to get down. It's just kind of just goes. It's a snowy embankment, so you
Mhm.
you can fall. Then as soon as you hit the water,
Yeah. Slow fall and then run across, yeah.
Yep. Okay. Cool. Yeah. Cool. Everybody gets across. Then you can pull the vehicles back out of the chest and keep going. Cool.
All right, before we start these beasts up again, how's everyone doing?
Takes the goggles off, and you see just like
Snow.
the
Like
how
red
much the
face,
snow is. Yeah.
fucking the wind, the cold burn from the fucking. Do we need to? Drunk, would you like me to drive? It didn't look
No.
too complex.
You're welcome to try it out.
Excellent. All right. So Drunk crams into the sidecar.
Get comfortable.
It's
Oh,
like
boy.
it's like Bowser in Mario Kart sitting
Yeah.
in like the small little carts, just like yeah.
Like
this-
drunk in a little tight
Drunk just has to
scarf.
hold his hand out,
So-
like the little sharp
yeah.
turn.
So
Fucking
Flitz and Quoin are Quoin small enough where they could like hide in
Double
the side.
dash.
Flitz and Quoin are small enough where they could actually hide in the sidecar and get full cover. Nobody else can. Just how they are.
Yeah.
Anyone who's not Flitz and Quoin, Druck and Dax kind of look like Super Mario Bowser from Donkey or from Mario Kart trying to sit in a cart. Everybody else is relatively okay. Just because you two are like almost 8 feet tall.
Mhm.
All right, onwards again. This time Flitz is driving.
Mhm.
Okay. Cool beans. Another 4 hours. 16 hours of fuel left. And that would bring us to 5 p.m. So the sun is starting to set. It's not going to set for another hour or two. But driving for another 4 hours, you're met with yet another blizzard. But the clothes you've acquired from Hollyshire help fight the frigid cold. As you're driving along, you can make out a group of dwarves and gnomes running through the deep snow in your direction, about 30 feet away. The furs they're wearing flapping in the wind, and they're screaming at the top of their lungs. A dwarf in the lead of the group has bright orange hair and a beard braided into 6 points. You hear them scream, just, "I think we lost it!" Before he screams, before he lets out a scream, as like a gargantuan bird with a 120-foot wingspan covered in white feathers, camouflaging it slightly in the blowing snow, dive bombs the dwarf and scoops them up in its talons before disappearing into the blizzard, the scream trailing off. This is about
Are there
30,
any-
40 feet away.
Are there any other dwarves left over?
Yeah, there's still people running. Mere seconds later, the dwarf's lower half comes crashing down into the snow, hard, painting the surrounding snow with crimson. Other members of this dwarf's group split off in other directions, but slowly start getting picked off one by one in rapid succession. The only tell being their screams piercing through the blizzard. The snow is about 4 feet deep, and to your right, about 30 feet away, is an overturned wagon, big enough for maybe 3 medium creatures to hide under. You're all in these vehicles. What do y'all do?
Flitz, you're driving.
These things have a movement speed of 120 feet.
I've got a harpoon gun. I'm just gonna ready it. If it comes after us, while Flitz does what he's
So
doing.
you guys are still moving. No one said they stopped. So you guys are still moving.
No,
You're,
yeah.
At this point, 'cause like 120 feet around, you're
Flitz is
past the dwarves that
he
were
can't
running.
he can't fucking do
Yeah.
anything.
If any of the party members see him, Druck is gonna,
Yeah. You all
point
can
at
see.
the
You
sky.
just have a visibility up to 30 feet because of the blizzard.
Yeah. but Druck's gonna point at the sky and then like make sure that he grabs and jiggles the harpoon, maybe like elbow some ice off of it.
Okay. Quoin will jiggle. Quoin will start aiming their harpoon around. Ricky, what are you doing? Anything with your harpoon launcher?
Yeah, I guess Ricky's gonna aim the harpoon up in that direction with no idea how to use it.
Cool.
Ricky, I believe in you.
Are you all still
You've
driving?
done so many wonderful new things.
Drivers, still driving.
Fuck. Wait. Oh, fuck. I don't have any.
Your
I don't
action
have any
is to
spells.
drive and steer. If you use your
Yeah.
action not to drive and steer, the vehicle does stop.
Okay, then yeah, he's gonna look to Druck. He's gonna like glance over his shoulder, and he's gonna like, we're gonna pull attention, and he's gonna all dramatic like, and he's gonna like,
Okay.
he's gonna try to weave through some of the like where the bodies of the doors were.
Okay,
He's
so
gonna
as you're
try to make
driving
himself
along,
appealing.
you guys take the lead then, just speeding
Oh, yeah.
off. I need the driver to make a dexterity saving throw. As you can hear something, you see a body of one of these dwarves falling from the sky. Just
I'm gonna
and
juke.
it's +0 for the. Yep. So use your action to juke out of the way of the body. Roll a dex save +0 because it's the vehicle's dex, and you do
With
not have
advantage.
Yeah,
with advantage, but you do not have proficiency in land vehicles.
Ooh. Let's see. Roll.
And
Okay, one second.
While I look for this, I need to pull up a rock's flying speed because they might. They don't think. I don't think they can
Hello?
keep up.
I don't think Dwayne the Rock
Okay,
Johnson
it's not
can
letting me
fly.
roll.
Oh no!
on
Flying speed of
Indiana.
120 feet.
Oh boy.
Well, we're moving at 120, right?
Yeah, but
Yeah,
you can't. You
so
can't,
they
you
match us
can't,
for
you
speed.
can't dash with these things though.
Oh,
You just
oh,
drive.
fuck.
You just drive 120 feet around.
oh, so they basically have a 60-foot move speed if they're that are dash.
No, their full movement is 120 feet in a round.
Oh, we're fucked.
Right. Okay.
If they
But, like,
dash, it'd be 240.
Okay, I rolled a
But they
12 and a
can't
natural
dash.
20, so a natural 20 right
Okay,
off the bat.
so you juke out of the way as this dwarf body just sinks 4 feet into snow beside you.
These roll. Oh, okay. I don't know why it's not rolling for me.
What are the other drivers? Kenna is just gonna follow after the others. Like, yeah, if we're getting out of here, we're getting out of here.
Yeah, Dax is just fucking going.
Okay, I need everyone with harpoons, because that's what you're doing. Perception checks, please.
With advantage for those of us who have eyes.
Yeah, with advantage for everybody who has an eye. So Druck and Dax have advantage on this. Or no, Dax, you're not. You're driving. So Druck has advantage.
That's good because one of those was a nat 1. 33.
Okay.
Holy shit.
About 150 feet back, you can see. You just catch the image of this white feathered rock just swooping down and picking off any stragglers. It's about 150 feet back. It looks like
Oh,
it's more concerned with the people that splintered off and ran away in different directions.
Come back. We need to help them.
It looks like you can't. They're like getting picked off and eventually it just goes kind of silent. They splintered off into a blizzard past your viewpoint. Yeah.
Flitz will do a...
And the drivers chose to
He'll
keep
do
going.
like this.
So,
Well, he'll do like this,
okay.
as Druck says that, and he'll do one loop, but
Okay.
not going just enough to where they can see the card again.
Okay.
And if it's completely dead silence,
Okay. Perception check. And you have advantage
Is it
because...
sight or...
Yeah, it's
okay.
sight.
Because you did... Okay, I don't know why I'm even trying to roll with that. I just forgot. It's not rolling for me.
Oh, yeah, 30-foot visibility, you won't even be able to see the rock. Yeah, but...
You said with advantage? Okay, that was
Yep.
a 7 and a 17, so
Okay.
plus 4 is 21.
Right. So you drive towards the upturned wagon, and with Druck's passive perception in the back, you hear someone going, okay, shh, coming from the upturned wagon. Like there's someone hiding under it. And you can still hear Druck. You can also hear something flapping its wings overhead, like directly overhead. Just
We can do something.
and as I mentioned before, only 2 people can fit on these vehicles at a time.
Yeah.
Should we just kill it?
Yeah.
We fought a dragon. We
You can't
can
see
take a
it.
bird, right?
You can't see it because it's beyond 30 feet visibility in the blizzard. So any attacks to try to hit it right now would be at disadvantage.
We need to get ready. If we're going to do this, we need to get ready. Flitz
Yeah.
will power down the
Engine.
Oof.
Do you turn the engine off? Okay, your action to turn the engine off.
And he'll hop off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Druck's gonna keep that harpoon ready.
Okay.
Is there anything to tie this thing off to, like a tree?
Just the wagon.
We don't want to take away their cover.
Yeah, visibility out to 30 feet, so you can't see beyond 30 feet.
Yeah. Holding my reaction to if it dive
Yep.
bombs anybody.
I guess Ken will turn the engine off too, just make less noise.
Yeah, Dax will turn theirs off.
Okay. So that leaves us with the Quoin already, a harpoon. Then what's Ricky doing?
Ricky is going to summon his. We're fighting, right? We're getting ready to.
Yeah, there are people in need.
Yep. Ricky. That is exactly what Ricky expects out of his heroes. So, he is gonna seeing that's the vibe. He's gonna step out and full activate his astral body.
Okay. Does that damage anything around you?
I believe it does. Let me double check. I believe it's each creature of your choice I
Okay.
can see within 10 feet. So since it's not within 10 feet, I don't choose to do any.
Okay.
So it's just like a.
Okay. You just hear the wings again overhead. And because the engines did make noise, Druck, with your passive perception, you can hear it like something's dive bombing.
Sorry, Justin. Are we doing like kind of a turn order type thing before? combat
This is just
starts,
one
or-
action, and your action was to pop your stuff up.
Well, it's a bonus action to pop the stuff.
Sure.
Okay, so could I take an action to ready an attack if it happens to dive within
with
range?
the harpoon?
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
No, just melee.
Interesting. Okay.
Like if it swoops down to try and grab anybody.
Okay. So yeah, Druck, it sounds like it's maybe 100 feet up, and it's dive bombing towards you. You can tell it's dive bombing towards you. The harpoons have a range of 120 feet.
Mm-hmm.
So you can choose to fire now if you want, but because you can't actually see it, it is disadvantaged.
No, the moment I see it.
Okay, so it breaks through the visibility 30 feet directly above, talons outstretched. Anyone who's holding their action to shoot a harpoon may do so now.
Okay. I will fire a harpoon.
Quoin will do
You
that
said
as well.
it's
D20 plus
plus-
7 to hit.
okay. My unarmed attack is +7, so I'll just roll that.
And if it hits, it's 2d8 plus 2.
13.
Quoin got an 18 plus 7. 13. Misses.
Yeah.
Quoin's harpoon hits, though. For 2d8 plus 2 piercing damage. And that'll be 6 piercing damage. And then it does come within melee. It's talons out. So
Okay.
Ricky, you can make one unarmed strike.
Ricky's gonna punch up at it with his arms.
Okay.
Arms of the astral self. Go. That is a 25 to hit.
That hits.
All right. For 7 plus the additional D8 13. 14 points of force damage.
Okay.
And then the pièce de résistance. It's going to need to make me a constitution saving throw as I'm going to stunning strike it as it comes down.
Okay. 17.
That, yeah, pretty sure that makes it. Oh, no, the DC is 18.
Okay. So it stuns, and it's going to land on your wolf. Because it's coming down, dive bomb, stuns.
Oh, I got out. I don't know if that matters. It's probably huge, so it probably lands like its space is probably included in it.
It's
but I don't know.
gargantuan. It lands on the wolf at
Yeah,
your
okay.
space. So just.
Okay.
Dax just watching this and just shit.
Okay. So. It only would have fallen from 30 feet, so that's not a lot. So it takes 7, 8, 9 bludgeoning damage.
To be fair, it's only stunned like maximum
but
10 feet from the ground.
But it falls prone.
Oh, okay.
Still, so it still falls like 10 feet then. So it
Okay.
takes 4 damage then.
Yeah.
Lands on the wolf. And rules for full-on damage would split that damage up, so the wolf takes 2 damage. So that's wolf number 2. That takes 2 damage, so it's at 28 of 30. And Dax and Ricky, you both take 2 bludgeoning damage. And I need both of you to make strength saving throws to not get knocked prone as this thing lands on top of y'all. Just
Okay.
I will be very sad if I fail this.
Dax, you can't be knocked prone because you're in the vehicle. It's really impossible for you to be knocked prone in there. Ricky, however, you are out of the vehicle, so.
Yes. Just figuring out, because I'm pretty sure I used my. Just remind myself. I think I used my. Yeah, I used my wisdom modifier when using instead of my strength modifier using saving throws right now. So that should be. Why is my strength modifier? Whatever. Okay. Oh, because I have a thing. That's right. Okay, that's 11 plus addition 16.
You're not prone. You're just for this. We're gonna for this. You're restrained under the massive weight of this rock.
Okay.
Everybody else roll initiative. It is stunned. Ricky just punches it in the face as a dive bomb, stuns it, and then just.
I really like that though. Just that image of this giant rock coming, and Ricky just like decks it in the chin, and it just goes lights out for a second.
Druck, you and Flitz were in the lead. How far? Oh, Flitz is driving. Flitz, how far ahead were you from? Or you kind of circled. How far away is your ool from the one that's currently under the rock?
I'm gonna say
if it's too close. If
keeping...
it's too close, it's under the rock as well. I think because
no more than
gargantuans are 5, 10, 15, 20 foot squares. So
pulling ahead.
If you're less than
no more than 15 or so feet.
Okay, so if you're less than 20 feet away from this one, you'd be also under the rock. So you can
not as like violently as they were, right?
No.
Okay.
Not because you're not directly underneath it, so you're not restrained or anything. You're the wings like resting on your vehicle.
Yeah. Okay.
The one that you and Druck are in. So Druck, what are you doing? You're in the passenger seat. It's currently stunned and laying on the ground.
I'm gonna wrap myself in chain and connect it to one of the harpoons and hop on this thing's back.
Sure. Okay. So you're gonna shoot it. Okay. You're gonna launch yourself onto the back of it.
No, I'm using my movement to get onto him.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
And then whatever I need to use to connect the chain to both myself and the harpoon.
Oh, okay. Probably just your action.
Okay. And then when I get on it, I have a bonus action left.
Yes.
I want to hide like a tick on this thing.
Okay. Well, there are rules for being on a bigger creature.
Okay.
Which I have to pull up. Remember the specific words. Climbing a creature. I don't know. There are rules for this. I'm not going to worry about it because it's just going to bog things down. So you can easily do that because it's fucking stunned.
Yeah, I think it's an opposed roll and it fails anyway because it's stunned, I think.
Great. So you're on it. You're hiding. Are you like hiding among its feathers?
Yeah. Like right? I'm getting in it like a tick.
Incapacitated, so it doesn't really have a perception while it's incapacitated, I'm going to say. Okay. So you're on it.
Yeah. That's all of my stuff for my turn.
Okay. So just so I'm like clear here. So the chain's wrapped around you and the harpoon?
I wanted to connect the chain to both myself and the harpoon.
Sounds good. Easy. All right. Cool. That's
like
it.
I'm at one end, the harpoon is at the other.
And that's it?
It's a 10-foot chain.
Cool.
Yeah.
Dax, you are restrained underneath this rock, and because it's so immense in its weight and you're just pinned underneath it, restrained in your driver's seat, so you can't get out of the driver's seat. So you're just sitting in the driver's seat. The vehicle is also technically restrained. And the engines are off? Or yes, all the engines
are
off.
We turned all the engines off.
So you're just chilling here underneath. You're restrained, so you know. You have a movement speed of 0. Stuff's with disadvantage. What are you doing?
Oh, okay. So if
and you can't see anybody. You just see feathers.
What the fuck?
The people in the upturned wagon are like, what the fuck? This is cool.
I'm going to. Dax is just like, what the fuck? Just like spitting the feathers out of their mouth.
Yep.
And as I spit them out, they're a little angry, so they are going to bonus action rage.
Go for it. You need to make an intelligence save.
Yes, I would love one, please. That would be super cool.
2 minus 4.
That does indeed fail, so that is going to be
It can't be double stunned. So
14 psychic damage.
shit.
I rolled very, very good on that. Thank you,
Okay.
D&D Beyond. And
When does Ricky go?
You're
Does
right.
Ricky
You're right
come-
after. You're right after Dax.
Because then would the Dax stunning it just reset to then be the end of
Yeah.
Dax's next turn? Okay. Because
And-
it's stunned
Yes.
until the end of Ricky's next turn originally.
Now it's stunned until the end of Dax's next turn.
Okay.
I hate.
Stun locking is bullshit, and I acknowledge that.
But
I
to be
use the
fair,
tools I have.
It's good that monks have something that they can do when you get started into like, you know. Anyways,
Yeah.
Dax, what are you
Let's see.
doing?
I'm
Five.
going to what the fuck is it?
Attack? I don't know.
Reckless Great Weapon Master.
Okay, so these are straight rolls that are not disadvantage.
Yeah, I would rather just.
And are you attacking with your new axe?
Yeah,
Sounds good.
that we are assuming that is not cursed.
Yeah.
It is not cursed. The only cursed axe is still in the chest.
And we're just not gonna deal with it.
Yeah.
Like how I
Hey.
deal with most of my problems.
Yeah,
Does a 29 hit?
Of course.
Is
Oh,
that with the -5?
it would have been a straight roll.
Wait.
It would
No,
have
it
been a straight
would've
roll
been-
anyway because it's. Anyways, yeah.
29 minus 5
24.
is 20. Does a 24 hit?
Of course.
Okay. So then I get to add plus 10 to
Nice.
damage.
Nice.
Oh, that's.
Yep. So it does 1d12 plus 7, and then 2d6 psychic damage.
So it's going to do 8 damage plus 10.
Which is.
Because I rolled a 1.
Okay.
So it's 18
And you don't forget.
plus,
Did you forget your rage bonus?
plus 3 for my rage.
Okay.
So that is 21.
Yep, that's your first attack.
Plus 2d6 from the stunning on the.
Wait, what?
the
Where'd you get?
From
a
the
creature you
weapon?
hit with this weapon
Yeah.
takes an additional 2d6 psychic damage.
Okay. I heard 8 plus something plus something plus something.
Yeah. 8 plus the
8
10
plus 10 from Great Weapon Master, plus 3 for my.
Right, I forgot about Great Weapon Master. Alright, cool. Second attack.
Sorry, I was trying to math. So then that's 7 psychic damage.
Excellent. Second attack.
Second attack, same thing. Great Weapon Master.
Yep.
Blah blah. So come on.
I think if you declare reckless, all your attacks that turn are reckless.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Because you already have
Yeah.
advantage on attacks against you, even if you attack once, so you might as well make all of them reckless.
I don't think an 11 hits.
It does not. You're in a very weird position.
You're just so cramped. It's just like ugh.
But 28
Yeah,
damage.
fucking
Not
perfect.
bad.
That's your bonus action. You don't have any movement, so that's
No
that.
movement.
That's your turn.
Free action. Spit more feathers out of my mouth.
Sure, Ricky. You are
All right.
under it, restrained.
Yep.
And
Okay.
Not prone though.
Let me just double check something really quick. Okay, I can see. So Ricky can't. Can I see out from underneath
No.
it, or no? Okay. Am I like in the middle of where it
You're
is?
basically like right under it because you punched it in the head.
Okay.
You can just hear Dax.
You're
just,
like
thudding.
right under the breast.
Right, but he's not pro, so I'm like holding it like this.
You let your sunk in this. The snow's 4 feet deep, so you're partially like in the snow.
Okay. I guess if it's gonna be a straight roll anyway because it's stunned
Yeah.
and I'm restrained. Yeah. What Ricky's gonna do is he's holding it up. He's like giving himself a little bit of space with his real arms, and then the astral arms are just like uppercutting into it just repeatedly from underneath. And I'm gonna spend the key point to flurry of blows. I'm gonna take 4 attacks.
Go for it.
All right. First attack,
Yeah,
25.
that definitely hits.
All right, that's going to be 9 plus an additional d8 is 16 point.
Dax's stun is until the end of its next turn.
Oh, okay.
So
All right.
it'll be until the end of its turn.
Okay.
Then. Okay.
Gotcha. 16 damage on the first attack,
Ooh, nice.
and then do you want me to roll the other 3 just like attack rolls and
Yeah,
damage?
yeah.
Okay, that's probably easier. Second attack, 21.
Yep.
Third attack, 16.
Yep.
Okay, and fourth attack, almost nat 20. Does 19
Yep,
hit, though?
all hit.
All right.
You're just
and
like under
then the
here,
next three-
just
Yeah, just boom, 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 boom. All right, 11,
nice.
11,
Okay.
and 7. So 22 plus 7. 29 damage after the first one.
Excellent.
So plus the 16 is like 45.
Yep. Anything else?
Nope. So it's just like kind of just like you can just see it kind of like slightly supported as it's just like shaking from getting pummeled from underneath.
Kenna's the driver. They use their action last pre-combat to turn off the engine. Um, they're just gonna cast teleport and leave. No.
Plane shift, bye, fuckers.
It's mad. It's a gargantuan creature. It's prone. It's within 5 feet. I'm gonna rule that if it's prone and you're within 5 feet of a gargantuan creature, range attacks aren't disadvantaged because that makes no fucking sense.
Mm-hmm.
Just thinking about it, just I missed.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of a dumb rule.
You don't have to
Anyways.
shoot at it point blank. You can shoot at the wing over there.
But I'm just saying, it's
Yeah,
dumb.
yeah.
Especially
Yeah.
even if you're like right above a creature and it's
Yeah.
prone and you shoot it, it's a dumb rule.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
going forward, if you're within 5 feet of a creature that's prone using a range attack, it's not going to be disadvantaged.
That makes
That's
sense,
So
yeah.
stupid.
Yeah.
All right. So produce flame, because yeah, why not? 26 for 11 fire damage. Yup. And then, since it's incapacitated, Kenna's gonna get out of melee and get behind the wagon. Why not? That'll bring us to the rock, who is no longer stunned at the end of its turn. But it is still prone. Ricky, you're under it. You can hear it, like, kind of coming to.
Yeah, it
Dax,
just like kind of shakes awake.
but it's still prone.
Mm-hmm.
Bringing us to Quoin, and then Flitz, you're on deck. Quoin is just going to attack with Moldraka Jägerin. 2 attacks.
Nice.
With advantage, because it's prone. 31 to hit. For 12 slashing damage. And Quoin does like to do some Divine Smites, so I think we're going to do that. I think we're going to bust out a 4th level Divine Smite, I think.
Whoa.
Just because why not? Right? Why not? Oh, you only got 1 4th level spell slot. Maybe not. 3rd level spell slot. So that'll be... $3d8. Radiant damage. 7 plus 6. 14. And then Quoin's second attack with Moldraka Jägerin for what is that? 27 to hit. 14 plus 13 for 17 slashing damage, and yeah, another Divine Smite, of course. Quoin loves Divine Smite. And another Divine Smite, which would be another 3d8.
I think it's 4d8 because it starts at 2d8 and then goes 1d8 for each additional spell slot.
Each additional spell slot higher than first, so 4d8. So 8 plus 6 plus 5 plus 6. 14, 19, 25. Nice, this thing's looking hurt. Now it's looking really hurt. It's going to bring us to Quoin. That's Quoin. Whatever. Would have done Heart's Mark, but whatever. I forgot. Flitz.
Flitz scrambles up, kind of what Druk did, and gets on the wingspan.
Sure.
And he looks, and as he does, he closes his eyes for a second, and the visage of the dragon skull helm starts to glow as the eyes begin to
Nice.
glow this deep green. And as he lifts up, the mouth kind of opens up in this just vat of acid, a stream of acid goes from where Flitz is on his wing to the all the way across the back to the other wing, 60 feet.
Cool.
So it needs to make a dexterity saving throw of 18.
Okay. Prone, I believe it has disadvantage. It would have been a 28, but that is a 14.
Okay, it fails, so it takes 12d8 acid damage.
And that charge is used up for the day.
That is 58 acid damage.
How do you want to do this?
Yeah, no, Flitz just, as he kind of like lifts up for a moment, and he doesn't fully understand the magic of this helm yet, but something within him, this innate urge, and as the visage, because I imagine the helm is kind of built like very much like you said it's shaped like a dragon skull.
It is, yeah. Black
and the
skull.
mouth kind of, the jaws like extend open as it does that spew of acid. Druck would smell that caustic burn as it just burns from wingspan to wingspan, just a whole thing along the back, and just
that thing
eats through.
That acid damage, it dissolves this most of the backside of this rock just into like liquid, and it is no more.
That's a fuck ton of damage.
Yeah.
Shit.
It's basically an adult breath weapon. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. It was.
So the charge, the veins that were glowing on the skull.
Yeah.
Dim.
And Flitz kind of falls, collapses for a second, disoriented.
Druck had like that cross there, the harpoon raised up and ready to, and it's just like.
Ricky, Dex, underneath you can see just kind of portions of it dissolve away into the snow. It's still going to take your action to climb out from underneath. Dax, getting the vehicle out, you're just going to have to floor it.
Yeah, Dax is going to make sure Ricky's like kind of like safely away. And then...
Yeah. Ricky's going to like crawl his way to the edge. As soon as he can like see out from underneath it, he's just going to face step out from underneath it. Just...
All right. And then Dax, you can just drive out from under there.
Yep.
It is dead.
Let's wants to wrench one of the feathers free.
I'll say that's possible because the
get
acid,
tail feathers.
The acid, the acid did dissolve most of the upper
That's
portion
fine,
of it, so you can get some tail feathers.
Truck's gonna check in with the people at the cart.
Yeah. Underneath the cart, you see a dwarf, clean shaven, pretty young looking, maybe in his early 70s, and then a gnome in his like early 400s, very elderly looking gnome, both just like, holy shit.
I think it's safe now unless you heard about another one out there.
Nope. It just kind of swooped down on us while we were traveling.
How many more were there of you?
13.
Do you need help finding your brethren? We do have some trackers there.
We did see most of them get picked off by the thing. We're just gonna camp out here under the wagon until the blizzard clears. We should be okay though.
Right. You are free to use the remains of that creature as you see fit.
Yeah, definitely.
And if you tell this story, we are the Faust and the Furious.
Okay, will do. Thank you.
Definitely tell it.
Okay.
He says as he's pulling feathers out.
Okay. We'll let everybody know when we get home, I guess.
Where are you traveling?
Renford.
Oh, we're heading in the same direction. Kind of.
Yeah. We'll be there in a while after, we see where our mounts went. But we should be fine. We're hunters, so we're good at tracking.
It's not too bad around here. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
Plenty of meat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you low on any supplies? We do
No,
have
no, no.
some
We've got 8
spare.
days worth of food in this chest here. Yeah, you point to a chest that was in the wagon. And some potions and everything else that we need still. It just, you know, I think we should
Kill
be
them and
okay.
take their shit.
Okay, okay.
Murder hobo time and Remnant.
Please don't.
This is a lawless land, a frontier town.
But yeah, no, we should be fine. We have 8 days of jerky, worth of jerky, some potions in the chest, and some money. Should we need to use it?
Right. Good.
And we're gonna get more meat off of this thing. If there's any meat that isn't melting,
No, there's something.
Yeah.
It's a big bird. There's some left in there.
and they start like pulling out knives and just start carving away at bits that aren't melting and tainted by acid.
All right, good luck.
They're gonna get some good thighs out of that. Maybe
Oh, yeah.
maybe no chicken wings or breasts, but definitely some good thighs.
Oh yeah, Ricky was like right under the breast, so like the acid would have like just missed the bottom of Ricky's feet by like a couple inches, just. But the rock. has been-
Hypothetically speaking,
Yeah.
how many feathers could I've got?
Roll a survival check.
Perfect. I'm proficient in survival. No, I'm not. Apparently, I rolled a 10.
10. 1 feather.
One good one.
The DC to get a good amount of feathers is 15, so you get 1 big.
I imagine the
feather.
feather is about the size of him.
It is the size of you.
Seeing
Which
that
is in the
Ricky
wind.
is real struggling with the feathers.
Who's
and
Ricky?
that-
I'm Flitz.
I mean, fucking. Oh lordy! Seeing that Flitz is really struggling and wanting feathers, and that he had gifted us a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
Could Dax try to get some feathers?
Yep, this will be the last check to harvest this thing.
Okie dokie. This is probably going to go horribly, but we can try. Oh, you were on a 19, you bitch. It's a 9.
9. You try to get a feather out, but nah.
It's not her
those are
normal
all-
thing to do.
Those are all trash. He presents his like a banner.
Nice.
All right.
Okay. I'll be right back. And he'll
I
go.
see him putting
the
it in
bottle?
a hat or something.
No,
It's like-
he goes into his bottle.
Okay.
And
Nice.
he's going to. He hasn't been here
Oh shit.
in a while.
We're gonna say Ricky's rabbit was in the clothing, so the rabbit didn't take any damage.
Okay.
Please. But he's gonna set the rock. He has like a little trove of small treasures and such like that he's collected and accumulated of little things and that he's from his archaeological stuff. But he'll set that down and give it a pat and teleport
Okay.
out.
Sure.
But they're fine. Should we
Yeah, everybody did relatively fine during that. I think the only damage you all took was like 2 bludgeoning damage.
Yeah, from
The
it falling.
fall.
It didn't get a turn.
You know,
Poor baby.
and
We wrecked that thing.
and Dax and Ricky's wolf is only down 2 hit points.
Yep.
A minor
we'll take a
dent.
minute.
A minor dent on the side.
me and Kenna, I guess Kenna and I can
Mending.
take a minute to mend it together
Okay.
and
Mending puts it back to 30 hit points.
perfect.
Let's just hop the ding out, and we're like, all right, we're fine.
Yep.
I'm a
Like a
little bruised. That's it.
We do the plunger technique.
Yeah.
And Flitz takes his hand and conjures some air and boop.
Perfect.
Got it. All right, Druk, do
that
you want me
worth
to continue driving? Are we stopping for the night or today? What time is it?
It's only like 5. You've only been traveling
could-
for like a few hours.
If the storm keeps up, it'll get dark a bit
Oh.
sooner than usual.
As soon as the rock died, the blizzard went away.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Oh, look. How far away? Excuse me,
Oh,
people that are carving into this bird.
they're just covered in blood. Yeah.
How far away is
Blood sickles.
the home, the place that you're? Where is it from? Where are you from? Again, I forgot.
Renford from here.
Renford. How far away is Renford from them?
Fuck. You guys have traveled. Because now travel time is going to be a little different for me to calculate.
Yeah.
You've traveled
8 hours.
8 hours.
Yep.
So that's
8 times 12 is.
Yep.
96.
Yep. So you've traveled 96 miles.
Goo.
Yep.
Googly.
And each hex is 15, so 15, 30, 45.
You could have made this easier on
60.
yourself and made it where we travel 12 miles or
Whatever.
15 miles per hour.
Whatever. Whatever. I'm just gonna guess.
Slaps on the map.
About 90 miles.
That's another
Where are you headed?
8 hours.
Inward.
Oh,
Oh wait,
that's
maybe
definitely definitely out of the way.
Yeah, maybe you've heard. Do you know a person named Ezra
Ezra.
Bergamont? Bergamont. Isn't that who we're? Is that who we're looking for? Yes. No.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Works in Ingwold.
Okay, that's easy enough. Well, good luck.
Okay.
Direct
Flitz is still driving.
didn't volunteer.
No, I mean if he liked it, yeah, Druck
Yeah,
will,
no, he
Druck will
enjoyed
stay
it.
in.
Cool.
Druck will try to get used to this
Sure.
harpoon since he
Alright.
absolutely failed hitting it,
Um,
hitting the thing with it.
Same drivers as before then. Flitz, Dax, Kenna.
Yeah.
Okay.
Freeze.
So you pile back into the wagons or the vehicles, and off you go again. After 2 hours. So it is now dark, but since you're this far out in the tundra and the moon is out, now the skies in the southern region of this tundra were red. This is just like normal night skies, and because there's snow everywhere, it's not brightly lit, but you can see. There's no like pitch black, no visibility issues, because the moonlight reflects off the snow, and that's just how it works.
Cool.
So after 2 more hours of driving, which will put your fuel reserves at 14 hours of fuel left. Let me flux my pen. You come to... Oh yeah, sorry, you've been following markers the entire way that kind of show you a road.
Yeah.
Oops. Indicate a road. Have come to a large frozen over lake. The markers skirting around the left side of the lake. It looks like, just looking at the lake and judging how quick these things move, because you're all incredibly smart, it'll take about 45 minutes to get around the lake on these vehicles. 45 minutes, but only 10 minutes or so to cross it. You can see animal tracks out on the lake, which is covered in a dusting of snow, but the tracks appear to belong to small animals like Arctic hares and some small birds. Drivers, what are you doing? Going around? No one's driving over?
Well, Flitz will go around. I don't know
Okay.
about the others.
Kenna will follow.
Yeah, I'm going around.
No one's driving over the lake.
Don't want to assume.
Okay. Yeah, as you're driving along, the road does skirt along the lakeside, and because of the displacement these things move, they kind of displace the snow a little bit. So as you're driving along, yeah, that ice is real thin.
Good call.
Yeah, real thin. It looks like anything over 300 pounds, I'm just going to say, Druck, you're smart with your survival. Looking at that ice, anything with 300 pounds or more would crack the ice, and that includes the vehicles. And the vehicles weigh a lot. So,
Yeah.
good call. So that's 45 minutes extra.
Question.
Oh, and the ice is
DM
clear,
question.
and that lake looks like it's 95 feet deep. Yeah.
Sorry, that threw me for a loop. Hypothetically speaking, if someone wanted to become like, I don't know, trained or proficient
Yeah,
in these
you're going to want
vehicles?
to do this a lot.
Okay, Cool.
If you drive them a lot, I'm not gonna keep track of it, but once you've driven them enough,
Eventually, we could become proficient with ooves.
Yeah, once it makes narrative sense, I think.
Yeah, I'm just that because
yeah.
Flitz is enjoying this. The way that the breeze in the hair,
it's
like
pretty
this is like flying, except without being in the air.
And a lot of loud noises.
So
Yeah.
that's an additional 45 minutes. I'm not going to track the minute details of fuel. Like 10 minutes. Nah.
Yeah.
All right. So you get 45 minutes around the lake, and you continue on the road. And after about an additional half hour along this road, you come to what looks like a conical gray slate roof of a tower buried under the snow. It's sticking up through the roof. A conical gray slate roof sticking up under the snow. So it's just the roof visible above the snow, slightly buried, but that is what you see about 60 feet ahead.
Flitz is gonna, and he's gonna kind of stop.
Do you turn the engine off? It's just an action, turn the engine off. Okay.
Hey, wait, can we I love the way you did that, Lex. Can we get some type of check for that?
Yeah, you know what?
Like,
there are rules. There
Sorry,
are.
I'm asking for a check.
Yeah,
but
no, go ahead.
The vehicle
that
rules.
seems like it would be fun.
The vehicle rules that I'm using from Descent into Avernus, they do have tricks, rules for tricks, and I'll consider this a trick.
It'll kind of be like him going to that like side and like spraying some snow, like an abrupt like. Wait a minute.
It's the Acura slide.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
Look, we're gonna hit a rock. I'm gonna roll so shit. I'm gonna hit a rock.
Unfortunately, I can't look up the rules anymore because I no longer have access to that book, which sucks balls. So roll me a d20, and this is you trying to come to like a cool stop.
It's the the slide.
d20 plus the vehicle's dex modifier. No proficiency bonus because
It's not a saving throw, right?
no, it's a saving
It's a
throw.
check.
It's a saving
Oh,
throw.
then I will use. Well, I can't. Can I juke it?
No.
Okay. Okay. 12.
12.
Average.
It
Shoot,
wobbles
yeah.
a little bit, and
Yeah.
Druck almost falls out of the sidecar.
Oh,
Because Druck's big and
Stop.
sticks out of the side.
Yeah.
Sorry, I should have warned you. Grace.
And you turn the engine off. Does any other drivers attempt to do a fun trick to stop the vehicles?
Dax doesn't want to kill Ricky, so she's just gonna stop it as best she can.
Would
quick
Kenna try to
and
do a
turn.
trick?
Yeah.
If Flitz did one, I feel
Yes.
like Kenneth's almost a little too competitive. Oh, Flitz did
So that's a 9. And the
no.
vehicle doesn't get a bonus because it's with the vehicle stat blocks.
Yeah.
So
Free
comes to a skid and it
bird,
just tilts over
yeah.
and falls over, just and it's gonna require a collective effort to lift it up from like tip it back. So everyone will have to get together to like push it up.
Yeah.
Wait,
2 people with a strength above 15 can.
wait, how much does it weigh?
Like a ton.
Could Dax just
I'm
go?
just saying I'm not gonna no more mini tank.
Well-
Just two people regardless can push it over.
Well, I was wondering if the ring of telekinesis could lift it.
I'm gonna say no.
Oh, okay.
I'm not attuned to that anymore.
Oh, you're not, okay.
So 2 people who are strengthy can easily just.
Okay.
As they're fixing that shit, Flitz is gonna make his way over to the tower.
Okay.
Are we?
The
Yeah, we're
roof.
set.
You're
Setting
right
up
up
for the night.
We shall see.
I was peeking. I'm curious. This is kind of what I did
Engines
back.
are all turned off though, so you're not losing fuel. Okay.
Ricky will spend a key point to pop out his arms, so he has strength now and can help flip the bikes back up.
So because of 45 plus half hour, 13 hours of fuel left, so you can turn off all the engines. Yeah, it is a conical gray slate roof sticking out of the snow.
Can Flitz take some time to look this over? I know features like in your background rarely ever get used, but he does have the historical knowledge.
Yeah, of
'cause
course.
he's-
You'll have to
he's
like
an
dig some.
archaeologist.
You'll have to dig.
Yeah,
some
yeah.
snow away.
He'll
Okay.
do what he needs to. Ask for help from Quoin and Druck, whoever's not
Druck will help.
helping.
Okay, let me pull up your background, which I have pulled up
It's at a ruin or dungeon, and correctly ascertain
Oh,
its
cool.
original purpose and determine its builders, whether those were
Oh,
dwarves,
cool beans.
elves,
Okay.
all that.
Okay. Well, through your digging, it's snow, so it's easy to dig through this loose snow. It does look like it's an entire tower. It's not like broken off or anything. It's an entire tower just submerged in the snow, deep through snow and ice. After you get to like dig about 6 feet down, you would just come to solid ice. But there's also a window about 6 feet down, completely in. Yeah, so you dig away the snow, and you come to a solid, intact stained glass window of various blues and grays. With that, with your background, you were in that city for a little bit of time. This resembles some. It's not made of crystal, but it does kind of resemble similar architecture to Cathatouine, the city that was under the fen where you met the party for the first time while you're with the council from the school. It looks like the same kind of people may have built this tower. But right now, right now it's just a stained glass window.
Oh shit!
Intact under the snow.
This is. Wait, everyone! We're calling from the bottom of a hole.
Spit it out. What's going on?
Oh, this stained glass design is very similar to some of the design works of Cathatouine, that's the city that we met. I don't know what that means.
This is a long way from there.
Who were the original builders? What were they called? The Cathatouine?
Yeah, Cathatouine. Yeah.
Cathatouine. Okay, maybe they had. We should get in.
Yeah,
we should investigate.
Yeah.
Quoin's just gonna start putting the wolves in the chest just so no one steals them.
Yes. Okay, with Flitz's with his background, his archaeologist background, could he find a way to try to not just shatter the window, but try to find a way of like dislodging it, like taking a dagger and slicing around the edge, or like chipping away?
Give me an investigation check. Okay. And if you're not proficient, you can add proficiency bonus because of your background.
That works. So that's an 18 actually.
The only way to get through this window, other than breaking it, would be to pry it out of the frame, like out of the stonework.
That would take
a decent amount of time.
Oh, why don't we just put a hole in the roof?
Oh. I'm gonna be honest, I kinda want to take this window.
Oh, all right.
Could we set up for the night here, and I can work on this and
It looks like it'll only take you about an hour to pry it out. If you have help, it'll take you about an hour to pry it out.
Okay. Dexterous hands. Druck, Ricky, could I borrow you?
Quoin will also volunteer.
Oh yes, Quoin as well.
So if people who have good decks volunteer for this, and if it's 4 people, it would take 20 minutes.
Okay. Cool.
Flitz will essentially be providing the help action, kind of guiding them on what they need to do. So effectively doing that.
Is Ricky helping?
Yeah.
Okay, so Ricky, Druck, Quoin, sleight of hand checks with advantage.
Sleight of hand, you say? All right.
Quoin got a 29.
Oh.
Only need 2 of y'all to succeed.
15.
15? All right, that'll do it. Quoin got a 29. Druck.
Natural 20 for a 35.
That'll count as 2 successes. So instead of 20 minutes, it takes 10 minutes to pry it out. And it's like a good 6-foot stained glass window.
Okay.
Druck's like, it's like he's done this before. He takes one of those knives and just goes, like right along the edge,
like slice into a cake.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
You get the
Dax,
window.
Could you hold this up? Please do not break it.
I will not. Dax just holding it
You can set it on the snow. We probably need you down here.
We can put it in the chest.
Oh, that's true,
I feel like that's a better. Thank you, Quoin.
Flitz is there's a twinkle behind Flitz's eye that like
Okay.
the group has probably never seen, except whenever they were in his master's area.
Oh, question for earlier, because Druck actually transferred the Ulv before. Did Druck just pull it out of one of his pockets?
Oh.
I have it. It said here
Yeah.
was transferred, so yeah.
Yeah, I guess I did.
Okay. So Quoin
1
and,
second.
That would've been fun.
So Quoin and Druck would have pulled out their Ulvs they had transferred out of their pockets.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's hysterical.
Okay.
Don't mind me. I just have a whole motorcycle in my pocket.
So
Is that an
Had a
Ulv in your pocket,
motorcycle?
or are you just
Yeah.
happy to see me?
so the Cathatoon Tower window is in the
Vroom, vroom.
chest, and as the so gross. Now that the windows now that the windows
You
cleared.
want to ride my Ulv tonight, baby?
Anyways, now the windows taken out of the window, or yeah, you see through into the tower. It is simple in its design, and it seems pretty well insulated from the heavy amounts of snow that have buried it. There is a series of star charts pinned to the walls. In the center of the chamber is a large globe of the world floating around, which on a simple mechanism is the moon. But you're just looking through the window, so you can't see anything up close. You're just looking through the window currently. Or the opening, now opening.
Shit. Where's my spells? I didn't copy the spell. Damn it.
Let's get in there, see what we got.
Yes,
It's really warm. It's warm in the tower. If anyone goes inside the tower, it's pretty warm. Like, comfortably warm.
Druck, are you
It's almost like it's not in a sauna, perhaps, but
Yeah.
like you're near hot springs, so
Yeah.
it's-
And
Nice.
also because like the snow is all like snow is an insulator, so since it's buried
Yeah.
in snow, it's warm.
about 6 feet down? You said, right?
This window is 6 feet down. The tower
Yeah.
does.
Go deeper, right?
But
Druck,
yeah,
are you comfortable going by yourself? Or are you going first?
Yeah, I'll go first.
Okay. So Druck, you climb in through the window. It's a 6-foot window, so Druck does have to kind of like maneuver in a bit. Yeah, as I said, there's strange star charts pinned to the walls. In the center of the chamber is a large globe of the world floating around on a mechanism where there's the moon also rotating around it.
like an orrery.
Yeah. The globe is complete with continents. It looks like there's a piece of paper pinned under the globe, and stone steps spiral downwards on the eastern wall.
There's enough room to just drop to the floor.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like a 40-foot diameter room.
Cool. He'll get in, have a quick look around, pull out, because we have 2 of these in the party. He'll pull
One
out.
of secrets. Yeah, there's 2
Yeah.
one secrets now.
Yeah, and he'll like.
Love that.
Bing.
Nope.
Nothing.
Nope.
Okay, that's fine. I'll use up one of those.
Which means there's no traps, at least up here, and no secret doors.
Okay.
How great! You don't really need to.
What do you
look for
see? What
traps.
do you
Just
see?
Ping, ping, ping. Yeah.
Druck, are you good? Are you alright?
Yes. Contraption.
Flitz like jumps
This is
down.
it. Okay.
There's traps.
Does everyone enter the tower then? Just follow suit into the tower? Okay. Cool. Yeah, you're all sitting in this room that's got star charts on the walls, the globe in the center.
Looks like there's a piece of paper under this.
Okay, I need 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Right.
All right.
Just 10 minutes.
Okay.
He'll open his book and he'll flip to one of the pages and he'll kind of spread the page out. Okay, and he'll sit there and he'll focus on the spells and start reading it. And you can see him chanting, and he's part of the somatic spell kimonos is he's like touching different parts of his throats and like making these gestures. And there's runes that glow, and each of the runes look like different starts of like an alphabet. So like
Okay.
the draconic A, a common
Cool.
A, stuff like that. But he's gonna ritual cast comprehend languages.
Cool. Okay.
While he's doing that, Druck's gonna like not go too far, but start to go down the stairway and
Okay.
make sure everything's all right.
It just spirals down. You don't see an end point.
Yeah, all right.
And yeah. Anyone else doing anything briefly?
Don't fuck anything up in 10 minutes, please.
Speak now or forever hold your peace. Or die.
Dax is just kind of trying to make sure her eye underneath her ascot going on is not frozen.
Oh yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Did he get like a single
The ascot
lid?
The ascot covered it, it's fine.
Just making sure it's all Gucci.
Yeah. Alright, Flitz, by this time then the oh sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
Hey, Kenna.
Yeah.
Could you cast light on this, this pebble?
Yep. And cast light on the pebble.
Thank you.
Oh, like you said, it's spiral
Yeah,
staircase.
so it's got like the opening down the center.
middle.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice. Okay. So he'll look over and then just drop it.
Okay. Peek. 60 feet.
Okay.
I know a gift to give Truck now. Coin of Delving.
Coins of Delving are so cool.
They're so fun, like niche usage.
Especially if you
like,
lose it forever, right? Just I'm gonna toss it. Oh well, yeah.
Oh, here's a well. Oh, it's a lot deeper
But
than
yeah.
I thought.
Alright, after 10 minutes you get comprehend languages up.
Druk, can you test this out? What's your native tongue? Goblin? Goblinoid, do you speak?
Yeah. Yeah.
Can you say something in that?
You said, "Eat my ass."
All right, that was very
Eat
vulgar.
my ass.
It was very
Look,
vulgar.
I know
It's funny because you understand the literal meaning of
Ricky-
the language.
Ricky understands it too.
Yeah,
So-
Ricky. It's one of the, again the situation where Ricky's like, is asking Drek to speak Goblin rude or something? Because he just responded in a very aggressive way when,
I know that
and then he
was
wasn't
probably-
speaking Goblin.
I know that wasn't probably meant to be as literal as it sounded, but that literally sounded like you wanted me to eat your ass. Just saying. Anyway,
Consume my
remember?
anus.
Yeah.
Consume my ass.
Oh my god! I'm putting that in one of the fucking quotes. I'm
Consume
sorry.
my- consume
I'm
my
doing
anus.
it.
It's just,
You gotta say it in the voice.
Doing it.
Consume my anus.
it's a saying that we've had.
That's the next campaign's party name.
See,
That's
you're
the
gonna
episode
cast
title.
command and say consume on my ass.
Flitz,
I'm
sorry.
gonna go over to the
Consume.
note.
Okay.
That is, and
Okay.
he's gonna grab it.
Okay.
And
You look at it. It's common.
he's gonna pretend like it. He's gonna like
Sure.
kind of like turn away from the others. Oh, this is an interesting
Okay.
language.
It says Bosgrave, Basgrave, banished into the Shadowfell with the fall of the Cathatoon Empire. And Cathatoon, fate unknown.
Can you type that name for me? one
Yeah, I
more time?
can.
Thank you. I got BAS, and then vanish into Shadowfell.
Yep.
After fall.
I'll post it in the group chat.
Thank you. Oh. This looks like a note was written about this person, right?
It doesn't seem
The
to
way
be
that it's
about
reading.
doesn't seem to be about a person.
Oh.
Cathatoon,
Okay.
Cathatoon Empire, Shadowfell, Bosgrave.
No, it was the Basgrave. That's what I got confused for. Okay, that sounds
It's
like
right,
a name.
nestled right under the globe. So if you're right there, you could see the globe. Do you look at the globe as well?
Yeah,
Okay.
Flitz is gonna. We're probably. This is probably gonna be our sleepy spot, y'all. Unless some fucky shit goes down, Flitz is gonna want to spend time.
Okay. And because you use the vehicles, there is no 8-hour travel days. It's 24-hour travel days. So no one is
Yeah.
anywhere near exhaustion. The globe is complete with continents none of you recognize. There are continents you recognize, but there are some you don't. Most notably, a continent known as Basgrave to the far, far southwest. And then one you recognize as Cathatoon just by name, which is seen floating amidst the clouds to the far east. Also notable is that the continent of Anundial isn't split into 3 large chunks like it is today. Just one massive continent. So there is no old Anundial, there is no remnant, it's just Anundial. And then a continent you've never heard of before called Basgrave to the far, far southwest.
So this is prior to the World Breaker, right?
Yep.
This would kind of indicate that, right?
Yeah.
For my notes. The star charts, do any of them, do they look familiar? Like they're, I mean, obviously the sky wouldn't change, right? I mean, it could. Stars can die, but
Make a history check.
okay. I do have a
If only your
Yeah.
next campaign character was here. Yeah.
26. Yeah. Yeah.
At the Soulspire Academy, they do teach astronomy and all that kind of stuff. It's not just magic they teach at the school. They do teach history and all sorts of things. These star charts are vastly different to the night sky of today. Just like different placements and stuff.
You say these are tacked on. Are they written? Are they
They're pinned to the walls. Just star charts. Nothing added to them. Just
like, but they're parchment, right?
Yep.
Okay. Flitz will start to delicately
Sure.
start taking some off the wall, and he's creating a small pile. He's probably going to spend some time here. He's going to have a book open, like his book, and he's going to be writing. Yeah, he'll take time here. So that don't need to delay y'all if y'all want to do other stuff. Please don't.
Anybody else
Gotta
doing
be a
anything
leaker.
while Flitz is playing around with notes and paper and writing stuff down?
Druck's going to take that Plague Doctor mask and just kind of give it a once over.
It's just
he hasn't really had a chance.
Looks
to...
like looks like a standard Plague Doctor mask.
Well, knowing that they have the reason the nose is on a Plague Doctor mask because they put stuff in there.
Yeah. Just like
checking to see
incense,
what's
so you
in
don't
there.
have to smell like rotting corpses.
Okay.
Nothing in there.
Okay. Cool.
It's a standard old Plague Doctor mask, mundane, fun
Yeah.
little thing
You
that a
just have
serial killer wore. Apparently,
I forgot to ask to see what the guy's actual name was instead of
Dr.
McMurder.
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 Anybody else doing anything? Ricky, Dax.
Ricky's just kind of like walk. This is Ricky's first ruin.
I think so. Yeah.
Ricky's just kind of like wandering around, just like careful not to touch anything.
Yep. And there's just a spiral staircase that goes down. That's all that's left, really. That hasn't been checked out. And the light still emanating from below.
This might be slightly dumb, but
Perfect.
Dax is trying to figure out if the eye has like dark vision or anything. She's just
No.
like, this is another
No.
eye. Like
No.
she doesn't have, so she's like,
Nope.
does this give? Nope.
Nope.
Okay. But obviously very covertly.
Yep. Slight hand check.
Who's gonna fail? We're gonna fail. 13.
13. People would just kind of notice Dax fidgeting with the ascot, essentially. That's about it. Nothing out of place.
Yeah, Druck knows what that means.
Yeah.
And in telepathy, Dax is just looking over to Druck. And just, this would also be a bad time to bring this up, wouldn't it? And just looks for that nod at him.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
He doesn't. You see him kind of like, it's a nod, but also like a, a little bit of a head tilt on that. Like, play it.
All right.
Yeah.
Ricky's just walking around, looking around. My first ruin.
Mm-hmm.
Quoin's just doing the same. Kenna's doing the same. It would probably take Flitz only like 10 minutes to get all this stuff organized.
Oh, okay.
Just so we're not kind of like just stuck.
No, yeah. So he'll kind of get all that, feeling that he has adequate notes, looking about, seeing the people, his friends, haven't left him and wandered about.
Nope.
He kind of smiles a bit as he kind of. Okay. I'll take all the parchments and such and kind of put it into his book, closing it. Okay. Next floor.
Yes, there's 60 feet down, 60-foot stairwell. don't know what else is down there. Just saw that's where the pebble stopped. So, off we go.
Okay.
Everyone ready?
Okay.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Who knows what things will befall us?
Excellent. Down the stairs.
And he looks at Ricky because he looks kind of awestruck and everything.
The rabbit's just like, yeah, this place is fucking cool. Yeah. Who's taking the lead down the stairs then?
Drug.
What is the marching order down the stairs? Druck.
Flitz.
Kenna. Who's behind Kenna?
I'll go at the back.
Okay, I'll be second to last then.
Where are we, right?
Excellent. So Druck, heading down the stairs. There are stone steps, stone walls. Going down 60 feet, you can start to see the light from the pebble emanating. And after about 60 feet, the steps come to a solid wooden door.
Is there anything else at the bottom of this stairwell?
Just like a diameter. It's like a 10-foot diameter stairwell. So it's just the landing and a wooden door.
Okay.
Cool. No locks on the door or anything. There's no keyholes. It's just a doorknob.
Cool. I guess I'll look at everyone. And then just kind of like opening the door.
Kenna's going to cast Detect Magic, because Kenna does do that. Kenna would cast that while you're doing the 10 minutes up top. Because that's what Kenna does when you go into ruins. The door does reveal an aura of abjuration magic. It's got magic on it.
What's the abjure stuff again?
Like protection magic.
Does that mean it can hurt us?
Maybe. I can try dispelling it.
You go ahead, Kenna. Yeah.
Alright. Kenna will put...
Or I can do it if you're not comfortable.
Alright.
Okay. And it'll focus, and it'll cast a spell magic at 5th level.
Roll a d20 add your spellcasting modifier.
Oh, still. Ooh.
Spellcasting modifier. Okay.
Yep.
Plus 5. I'll just make a charisma check then.
Sure. Yep.
Damn. No, I don't think that's gonna work. 15.
Kenna's like,
Yeah,
no,
no.
aura's still up. You want me to have it go?
Yeah.
Kenna's gonna hold the staff to the door. Because that's how this thing does. That's how this thing does. Dispel magic. And dispel magic. Yeah. How do I do that again? How does that happen again? Yeah, okay. Okay. So that's their spellcasting ability to dispel the door. That's an 18 plus 6, 24.
Ooh.
The aura, okay, the aura went away, and then they can tell you, because the staff regains charges for whatever level the spell was. That was a 7th level spell. The door is no longer magical, so Druck, you should be safe to play with it.
Alright.
And the staff regains 7 charges.
Druckle. Yeah, open the door.
Alright. A simple bedchamber lies beyond the door. A hammock hangs and is filled with luxurious pillows and silk sheets. The floor is covered in a lush green carpet, and numerous paintings hang from the walls of beautiful landscapes. A chandelier made of gold hangs from the ceiling, which brightly illuminates the chamber. Resting against one of the walls is a large wooden desk that is mostly bare, aside from a star chart. And resting atop the star chart is an hourglass made of painted glass that houses a spinning shard of pearl shaped into a crescent moon.
Kenna, could you do safely do a round around here to see if and what magical?
Yep. They circle the room. The only thing that's radiating magic is that hourglass. No schools of magic, just it's magical. Nothing else is magical, just the hourglass on the desk.
Let's Chuckle look around for any other things that look odd, like implements or utensils he hasn't seen before. That type of thing.
Not really.
Okay.
There's a star chart and the hourglass. And a
I'll pull out
chandelier
the-
that's lit.
I'll pull out the Wand of Secrets again and go, bing.
Nope.
Could we begin removing the is it paintings and tapestries?
Yeah, there's paintings of beautiful, just landscape paintings.
Could we begin removing those? I think it would be good to collect this information because Cathadunian, the city that we were in, right? It's gone,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
There's no way to get to it. I think. Are we comfortable with doing that?
I mean, whoever used to be here isn't here anymore. This seems to be a singular towered home structure.
Right.
It's kind of a dead end. Not
Lived
quite
here.
sure how they even got in here.
This hourglass
Must be
is weird.
some- Yeah.
And there's no sand in the hourglass either, it's just a spitting pearl shaped like a crescent moon.
It's like in one end where
No, in the-
top or the bottom.
In the middle.
Oh, like right at the
Yeah.
like the choke point.
And it's made of painted glass. Like stained glass, rather.
Okay, but then there's nothing on either side.
Nope.
But I'm with you, Flitz. I think that some of this stuff looks valuable. And
I'll go over to the bed and see if it actually is nice.
Yeah, it's not a bed, it's a hammock.
Hammock. Oh, okay.
Filled with luxurious pillows and silk sheets. But it's a basic hammock filled with just nice pillows and sheets.
We can bring that along. It can be categorized and noted.
Oh, and Kenny would also mention that the chandelier is lit with continual flame. Or
Thank you.
doesn't tell you the spell, but that the chandelier, the lights
Yeah,
on the chandelier.
We could
are magical.
assume that it is, yeah.
It kind of looks at the chandelier longingly for a moment. The idea of taking it's there. Imagine having this in our house. That's what he's thinking. He's gonna make his way over to the hourglass in the star chart.
Okay.
Kenna, whenever you say it's weird, what
Oh, just no sand in it.
no.
Want me to identify it?
I was going to do that, but you have to touch it.
I can do it
Be
with my
cautious.
I can touch it with my staff and do identify.
Okay. Yeah, I think that would work.
Alrighty. Oh, at will. No, they have to touch it. It's at will with their unique subclass. We'll have to touch it too.
Do you want
Yeah,
me to
sounds
touch
cool.
it, Canna?
If you're volunteering.
Let's.
That it's let me do it. It's fine. I'll do it.
Okay.
But I'm used to touching things and stupid things happening. You're
Yes,
not.
but no, but I kind of am though. You'd be surprised the amount of fuckery I got into whenever, I mean, he kind of pats the top of the bottle, and as you define this, it's fine. I'll take responsibility. I brought us here. I will accept that, and he'll walk over.
Okay.
Druck wants to make sure that he's touching Flitz
Okay.
whenever he touches this, but he just
Yeah.
doesn't want Flitz to know
Sure.
Okay.
that he's touching him.
Sure.
Dax is gonna back up a couple
Yeah,
steps.
sure.
Shit. Okay. I'm gonna do the spell.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna start the spell, and then whenever I finish the spell, I will touch it. Okay. He'll grab the pearl, Vin's pearl that he has, kind of set it in his on the table a bit. Actually, the book would be open. He would have it kind of set in the book, and as he begins to cast a spell, the pearl will kind of levitate and do like a slow spin, and like these little strands of wind and bead kind of break out as it like touches the object, and he'll reach out and grab the hourglass.
Okay. Nothing happens when you touch it. Like nothing bad happens.
Okay.
And also, Identify reveals it's a very powerful magic item, but it does not give you any information. Which you would know from doing it before Legend Lore would have to be used.
Can the Identify wasn't strong enough. I don't want to request that, but could you potentially use?
Yeah, of course. I just got all the charges back in my staff, so
that's valid. Okay, thank you all. Honestly,
this will take 10 minutes though.
Okay, I'll start categorizing, getting these. Can we? He'll start to making notes about the paintings and such. He's acting like a full ass fucking like museum, like a curator at a museum.
Sure.
Like,
so, I imagine you have like a list, like a log of all of the stuff that you. So like this specific like Cathatuine Tower, and then
in my notes I have
a log of
Cathatuine Tower items, Rim, and then I'm literally writing everything that we have found.
Worth noting, there's no dust on anything in here.
That is worth noting.
Because dust is just, skin flakes.
Yeah.
So.
I don't want the way that was said.
So yeah, you're just cataloging things. After 10 minutes, Kenneth says, it's called the Time Spark Hourglass. It is said to have been made by the god of time. While attuned to it, you gain a +10 bonus to your passive perception and cannot be surprised.
Give it to Druk.
No.
No.
You also have advantage on initiative rolls. When you finish a long rest, roll 2d20s and record the numbers rolled. You can replace any attack roll. It's basically Divination Wizard's divinity thing, where they can. That's basically what that is.
Amazing.
You can basically be a divine wizard, divination wizard.
That's insane.
Once per short rest or long rest, you can expend a charge and twist a knob on the hourglass. As an action, and summon a mechanical entity from the plane of Mechanist to aid you for 1 hour. When you summon an ally from Mechanist, you can choose one of the following: Monodrone, Duodrone, Quadrone, or Pentadrone. Yeah, it's a god artifact, because if you power it, i.e. if you get blessed from using it a lot from said god. As an action, once per day, you can target a creature you can see within 90 feet, putting its physical form through the devastation of rapid aging. The target must make a DC 20 con save, taking 10 d12 necrotic damage on a failed save, or have as much on a success. If the save fails, the target also ages to the point where it only has 10 days left before it dies of old age if it can. In this age state, the target has disadvantage on all attack rolls, ability checks, and saving throws, and its walking speed is halved. Only the Wish spell or the Greater Restoration spell cast at the 9th level spell slot can end these effects and restore the target to its previous age.
Oh my god.
Which is also a 9th level wizard spell you can get. You can just do that to people. When a creature you can see within 60 feet is forced to make a saving throw, ability check, or attack roll, you can use your action to make the roll either a critical success or a critical failure. This includes yourself as well. Also, if it's powered, you can cast a time stop spell once per day without providing material components. It is a god artifact, and also with Legend Lore casting that, you can only be attuned to one god artifact indefinitely. So
do we have one already?
Druk's attuned to a god artifact. Quoin's attuned to one as well, because Quoin's sword became a god artifact through.
Yeah.
But that's the hourglass. Oh, and Kenna is too. The staff that Kenna has now. It's a god artifact. And Dax is also attuned to a god artifact, which is currently still in the chest. Because the curse, technically Dax can't... Dax is attuned to 3.
Yeah.
Dax technically can't be attuned, is still attuned to the axe, technically. And Dax is attuned to a god artifact. The only people that aren't attuned to god artifacts are Flitz and Ricky. That's the hourglass. Time Spark Hourglass.
That's pretty
I'm not gonna
Pretty
lie. As
amazing.
much as Flitz would love this, I think it would be stronger in the hands of Ricky
Yeah.
with the higher initiative,
But to
better
power
passive perception.
just to power it, you do have to, like, the god that made the artifact does know you're attuned to it and would
Right.
intervene at some point to power it or do whatever, right? I think.
That's true. Maybe. Oh, I don't know. I've never heard of a god. Whatever this
This
is.
is what the legend lore told me. So at some point when Druck could power his shawl, and when Druck powers a shawl, it gets pretty fucking cool. We know what happened to Dax's powered artifact. It sucks brains out.
Yeah, it was really fucking awesome until it wasn't.
So, I can't attune to this. Druck can't attune to it. Quoin can't. Dax can't. Flitz, you don't want it?
It's appealing.
We'll have to decide this right now.
Yeah.
All right, and Ken will put it in the bag holding.
Wow. Who lived here?
That is a good question.
Drama.
So it's like basically canvassing this room. The paintings do not come off the wall. Detect magic doesn't reveal anything magical. They just do not come off the wall. And it kind of is like, oh yeah, that glue we have doesn't register as magical. Maybe they're maybe they're glued to the wall with that stuff. Everything else can be taken. It's just the paintings can't be taken off the wall.
The tapestries can come though.
I don't think there is any tapestries.
Oh, so just the hammock and
Just
the bed.
green carpet, chandelier,
Do-
desk,
are you-
star chart.
Flitz, are you attached to the frames of the paintings?
I don't know exactly how the I mean, it'll damage it. Oh, wait.
What if
Cut
they
around them.
covered the entirety of the
Yeah,
painting?
I feel like they would have
Hmm.
to ensure that it didn't come off at all.
Do we have the stuff
It's-
that gets rid of sovereign glue? No, we don't.
It's all right. I'm gonna mark this on the map, and I probably will return here to.
I will also
Retrieve
mark on the
these.
map, since you traveled.
But we'll take the carpet, the chandelier, the hammock with the pillows and blankets and such. Have those marked. I will mark the paintings as well,
36.
saying that they're still here.
So you would be about right here, where the square is. So I'll mark the. I'll just draw like a little. Oh no! Shit.
The orrery wasn't big. We can take that, right? It's like way too big.
The Ori's mechanism. You can take the mechanism.
Oh, taking that.
I will draw a green cross where the tower is. No, that's a square. I will draw a green cross where that tower. It's a purple cross now. But yeah. Do you take the orrery then?
Yes.
Climb up back and just take that. Okay. All right.
Orrery, all the star charts. Is this star chart that it was sitting on top of different? Like, is there anything annotated differently on it?
It's not fully made up. There's only like 2 stars mapped out on it.
Huh.
It's like somebody's in the process of mapping out a section of stars. And
Some
just
stars.
didn't
Okay.
Finish. Yeah.
But we'll take all that.
As you lift it up, you can see there actually is writing on the back.
And then copper in language because it lasts for an hour.
It's still written in common.
Nope, it's written in a fun language that Flitz does not show any of the other people.
Archaeologist, make me. You know what? Archaeologist, yeah, make me a history check. Actually, no. With your background, that writing is like 4,000 years old.
Ooh.
And all recorded history that you guys have found so far is only like 2,000 ish. So this is probably around the time of the War of Ascension, aka when history was fucked with and memories were
Reset.
fucked with. Yeah.
Good
Yeah.
my gosh.
And the writing says, "Why are the stars eyes?"
You see this excitement in his face as he's reading this just completely drops.
And that's where we're going to end the session for the week.
The same vibe is, I don't feel so good, Mr. Stark.
I had a fucking ugly, sick, nasty feeling whenever you said they aren't like this. They're vastly different. I was like, no.
Yeah.
Please, please no. Oh my god, it's so good.
Yeah, I know.
Wait, the what? What are you?
The stars, why are the stars eyes?
Yeah.
The star maps are maps of the skies in our
Night
dreams.
sky. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Yeah.
the eyes that we saw in our
Yeah.
dreams. Yeah. I had a sickly feeling that that's what it was. There was a part of me that was like,
Yeah. Anyways, that's where we're ending it for the week. Good night, everybody. We'll be back next week with more of that in a tower, looking at eye charts, star eyes, space eyes. Who knows? Yeah.
2020 hindsight.